Hello, everybody. It's Mike Filsaime. Welcome to another awesome Groove Digital Presents. And today we are circling around to one of the, if not the first Groove Digital Presents that we ever had, our awesome friend, Paul Murphy. I can say this, we have what I will call the Mount Rushmore of Groove Digital Presents people. What that means is the customer satisfaction level, the engagement level is the highest of anybody. So Paul Murphy goes on the Mount Rushmore of Groove Digital Presents. I'll even go so far as to say he's the George Washington face on Mount Rushmore. We met Paul when Groove was first starting. You're going to love this presentation today, guys. You're going to absolutely love this presentation. Paul is what you would call a super affiliate. He's going to tell you all of his story and the rags to riches story and how he paid his house cash and all these different things. But essentially, Paul is going to show you a method that he doesn't use with any paid advertising. So if you like that, you're in the right place. And if you don't have a product and you like the idea of what Paul and I call mailbox money, even though you get paid to your bank account or PayPal, we call it mailbox money because it's like kind of like going to your mailbox and just getting checks for like quote unquote doing nothing. What I mean by doing nothing, doing no fulfillment and no customer support. Basically, what you do is you take somebody that has an existing product and that company is busy doing so many different things like we are, that they don't have the ability to create all of these drilled down types of videos. Let's take an example for Groove. Let's say there's a company out there called Convertri or Fast Pages or Builderall. Our company is not going to go and make a Fast Pages versus GroovePages or Samcart versus PayKicks. These things can go on forever. What Paul does is he says, oh yeah, I'm going to show you how that's my little wind-up doll. I'm going to spend a few days this week doing this. I'm going to set it up, and that's a silent salesman that will bring me checks of $1,000 a week from now until the end of time. What's another idea? Wind it up. And that's just an example for Groove. Paul was the top, or one of the top non-paid and non-joint venture, meaning Paul didn't send email and he didn't send paid traffic. So he's the #1 affiliate for Kartra, my previous company. And I used to see his name on the leaderboard and got to know him in Groove, obviously. And so what he's done for Groove, he's also done for Kartra, for other companies, probably even ClickFunnels and all these different things. And he's going to show you the method today that he basically just comes up with an idea, does a little wind-up doll, puts it out. I call it a silent salesman that just goes out, doesn't complain, doesn't call in sick, doesn't need health benefits, and just comes back like Wally and just dumps money and then goes back and starts finding more places to bring you money. So I find we know from our community the highest engagement in our post-webinar conversation that happened in the thread was Paul. We have a lot of people that we like to bring on Groove Digital Presents, and after a year, we've sifted through the sand and found the 5 or 6 gold nuggets that we want to keep bringing on minimum twice a year, but sometimes here it took us a whole year to get Paul back on. So I wanted to make sure, I don't always get a chance to get on Groove Digital Presents. I wanted to make sure to get on here today live to do the intro for Paul. He's done an incredible amount for our company. He's in our top 10 affiliates of all time, and he never bought an ad. He doesn't send an email. And he is now what I would consider, and there's a reason why we bring Paul on to talk about this, I would consider Paul the premier expert in YouTube affiliate marketing using free YouTube SEO. I could go on and on, but he's got all the slides to tell you about this. You're in for a real treat. What he's going to be showing you are actual tactics and strategies that you can use and pick to actually start doing some of the stuff. And if you like what Paul does, he's going to show you some of the people that are working with him, some of the incredible case studies that came out of the last webinar that we did last year, plus other people as he's grown this business and become the premier expert in YouTube search affiliate marketing. And if he'll be talking to you about that later, I highly encourage you to stick around. He has something very, very special for you to be able to do this. So again, if you don't have a product, even if you do, it's a great strategy. It's becoming the new thing. I don't know, Paul, if you have in your slides about, in my opinion, how, Facebook, it's dead. All the eyeballs are on YouTube. I did a survey the other day. I asked people, what are the 3 most popular apps that you watch on Apple TV or Chromecast or Amazon Fire TV? And 70% of our people had the YouTube app in position 1, 2, or 3, meaning that they're watching YouTube. It was like Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, or Disney Plus, HBO Max, YouTube, things like that. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to let Paul start sharing his screen. I'm going to shut my camera off. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to listen in, and you're in for a treat. Paul was just telling me before we got started what a great presentation he put together. It's all new. You're going to love it. So go right ahead, Paul. I'll be right here for you.
Yeah, can you hand me over the? I can't seem to share my screen. You could just. I think you have to make me presenter, and yeah, I can get straight in there. And yeah, I just want to say while Mike's doing that, I just want to say thanks very much, Mike. I really appreciate. I know you don't get on with
Oh, there you
everybody,
are.
and we've become friends in the last year and a half, and you're one of the people I respect the most in this industry. So yeah, we're going to show my screen here. We're going to go straight in. And yeah, I just want to say, a big shout out to Mike, and just thanks so much for supporting me, helping me over the last 18 months. I was actually the first ever person on Groove Digital Presents. It was kind of, I was chatting to Mike, he was helping me with my webinar. This webinar that you're actually going to see today, Mike actually helped me with this, right? So anyway, we're going to get straight into it because I've got quite a lot to show you. This is a 90-minute presentation, right? So this is going to be a webinar that's actually going to give you strategies that you're going to go and be able to put to work in your business. And at the end of it, I do have enrollment open for my academy. For those of you that want to go a bit deeper, we can obviously go there. If nobody does, obviously we don't have to. It's not obligatory. But I wanted to give you 90 minutes of solid training so that you can go and see and take advantage of this system right now, because this is a big, massive blue ocean. And those that don't take advantage are going to be getting FOMO in about 2 or 3 years, because this is kind of, you'll see as I go through the presentation, right? What we've got right now is absolutely, like, it's one of the best marketing opportunities available. I know it sounds hypey, but I'm going to prove it to you, right? So first of all, I'm going to show you how we get unlimited free ads on Google immediately, instantly, and we can keep them there for years to come. So this is 100% set and forget. So very few things at the moment able to do that, right? So in this training, I'm going to show you how to reduce all your marketing costs to zero. I'm also going to go through how you can put all of your products in front of actual red hot buyers for those products immediately for free without spending a single penny. I'm also going to show you how to easily outsell other vendors using these free ads. And I'm actually going to give you my 5-step set and forget formula so you can actually take the system and go and get results today. Now, for those of you that stick around to the end, I've actually got a couple of cool bonuses for you. So I'm going to give you 100% untapped free Google ad listing. And what I mean by untapped is like there is nothing here. You can go and grab this today. It's got 246,000 searches from buyers every single month. And at the moment, you can literally claim it and start making money. And I'm also going to show you how to access my 4 magic, in inverted commas, GrooveFunnels that actually find you buyers. So we've made a hybrid of funnels, and we've finally managed to develop funnels that will actually go out and find you buyers. It sounds a bit weird, like when you say it, it's like, how can a funnel find me buyers? But when I show you, this is going to blow your socks off. And this will find you buyers for years on complete autopilot, right? So I'm going to give you that as well. So I'm not going to obviously go into what I had for breakfast, but in another life, this was in 1996. I was working in insurance. I was walking around in my lunch hour trying to think of ideas to start a business. I didn't really have any transferable skills. So this is actually a copy of the Wayback Machine. I put up a website. I was going to be a wedding planner. And then when I realized very quickly that I wasn't going to be a very good wedding planner because I'd never done it before, I was left with this website, and it took us about 3 months to rank it on Google. It was actually really easy back then, but what we would do is we would put some backlinks and some things like that on it, and it would take about 3 months, but when it ranked, we were getting tons of traffic. Now, there wasn't any local sort of SEO services or anything like that at the time, so we would be ranking in like different pockets of the world. So we put this thing on here. This is called a global tracker. And when we put this on, we could see all these different places. And there was this place in Arizona right? I've never been there, like, to this day, right? And we were ranking #1 for all these wedding related keywords. So I reached out to a few companies, and this one company agreed for me to send them the traffic, and if anybody booked a wedding service, they'd pay me a commission, all done on honesty, right? So because they didn't, it was affiliate marketing, right? But like that, no, like that wasn't a thing, right? It just wasn't a thing as far as I was aware, anyway. And yeah, so I sent them the traffic. I've kind of forgot about it. I logged into my PayPal, and this is what PayPal used to look like, right? So I logged into my PayPal about 2 or 3 days later, and I had $350 sitting in this account. And it, when I contacted the company that had sent it to me, they said that this was basically because we were sending all this traffic. Somebody had basically paid a deposit. They'd paid me 10% of that deposit. So it was $3,500. They'd paid me $350, and that was mine. I could take that money out, right? And it was like, yeah, that's kind of how I unwittingly or accidentally discovered affiliate marketing. But yeah, and they said, well, this was, you know, $3,500 wasn't the entire amount. That was basically the deposit. So there was more to come. And I actually, this company, I was filling up all of their weddings just from my website in the UK, and I was doing nothing, right? And all I'd done was rank this thing on Google. And, you know, there are people that have got wedding pictures in venues, you know, hundreds of weddings that have all been organized by me, sort of inadvertently, right? Because my website sent the traffic and hooked them up, right? So it's kind of mad when you think about it, like the things that happen. And this was just because I was on the front page of Google. So because there was no sort of tracking systems, or there wasn't really anything, this was 2002, right? So what we decided to do was to duplicate these websites and sell them, okay? Instead of actually doing this affiliate marketing, we would basically get them on the front page of Google. We'd put that tracker on, we'd see where they were ranking, and we duplicated them in all these different niches, right? We had like things like, I did one for mobile discos, I did one for loans, I did one for mortgages, like all different types of niches that would pay good money, right? And we would wait 3 months, but we would be doing like 3 or 4 of these a day, right? Because it would take us about 2 hours. We'd duplicate the website, it's a front page website, we'd change the text, put some backlinks, and then just wait, right? And then what happened next was kind of weird, because we put these things up for sale, and literally our phone would ring off the hook, and we'd have people on the phone saying, please do not sell this. I'm going to actually phone my partner on the other line, and you know, I want this. And we'd work out, we could sell these things for like £15,000, like not bad for a couple of hours work, right? And because we could work out, we could do a calculation and work out that this would be worth 3 or 4 times that amount to the actual person. And what we found out as well, that a lot of the people that were buying these websites were nowhere near page 1 for their listing. So they were basically, you know, quite happy to spend $15,000 and make $60,000 to $100,000 a year, right? So you kind of see the power. So obviously at this point, like I mean, I was up at the Ideal Home exhibition with my girlfriend, and I had a chap called Lee. I'd actually moved from my hometown down here, and he phoned me up every half an hour, like, we've sold one, we've sold another one, we've sold another one. And the weirdest thing was like, you know, we'd made £100,000 in one day. This was in 2003, right? £100,000 in one day. And then like about, I think it was 6 months before that, I was earning £20,000 a year. And we were off to the races. So obviously that's not the end of the story. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. Like if that had carried on the way I would have hoped, then I wouldn't be here, right? I would have been a billionaire by now, right? But unfortunately, what actually happened was that Google, we weren't the only ones doing this, right? Everybody had started working out that Google, from about 2001, 2002, I think that's when Google really kicked off, internet marketing really kicked off, and everybody was gaming Google to get on there. And what was happening is that people were ranking underwater basket weaving for overwater basket weaving, right? And these guys are not submerged, so they're in the wrong place. Google's being gamed, and Google's losing its unique status. So the thing is that, like, you think about it, right? What's Google's #1 motivation? And that's to stay the #1 search engine. And the only way it's ever going to do that is by being relevant. I was on a skiing holiday, and my friends were like saying to me, Google's crap. You know, we're going over to Yahoo and Bing. Bing was starting to kick off then. And, you know, this is what was happening. So Google obviously started fighting back. and this is really painful to people who did SEO back in the day. But the fact is that, you know, this kind of destroyed most businesses, and it destroyed mine. So put in the chat box, guys, if you know what these represent, right? I won't actually have a look now because we're going to just keep moving forward. But this is a panda, a penguin, and a hummingbird. So these were the names of the penalty slaps that Google come up with, right? So this one knocked us down to page 3, and then we would fight our way back with black hat tactics that we didn't really want to do, but we had to. Then we go down to page 5, and then the final nail in the coffin, which basically delisted all my websites and all my clients' websites as well, and some of them tried to sue me, was the hummingbird. And not only did I lose my entire network and never got back on Google again, I actually I pretty much lost my business. I lost my office because I couldn't afford to keep it. I lost my employee, nearly lost the roof over my head. From 2013 to 2017, I was flat broke. I was like throwing spaghetti at every wall you could think of, trying to come up with another business idea. Some of my friends who'd seen my success, and some of my family had seen my success a few years before, who thought I had some sort of super skill or something weird, right? They all started to realize that I was a bit of a one-trick pony. The only thing I ever had under my belt was the fact that I was on the front page of Google. Once I lost that, I didn't really have anything else. So it's kind of weird. So anyway, the reason I gave you that backstory was because obviously I knew what the power of getting to the front page of Google was going to mean to me. So I had my eyes and ears and everything sort of looking around to see what would happen and see if there was any sort of opening, because obviously Google's the #1 search engine on the planet. 70% of all the searches go to the front page of Google, right? So anyway, I'll never forget the date. This is the 6th of April 2017. I noticed something that got my attention very fast, and all these videos had started appearing on the front page of Google. Now you can actually see that this is at the top. This is positions 1, 2, and 3. Now these are all mine, but honestly, I wasn't doing this back then. So obviously these were kind of random, and there were kind of different things appearing. Sometimes it would only be 1 or 2, and I was kind of like, whoa, this is incredible. Like, I was slightly annoyed as well, because I was thinking, well, Google's taken away all my listings, but here these are appearing, right? So the first thing I did was get in touch with my ad manager, and he said some very interesting things that I'll never forget. First thing he said was that Google basically is looking for people to do this, because Google already anticipates that in the next 5 years, everything's going to be in video format, right? And how true has that become? Like, that was in 2017. TikTok's built for video, right? Facebook and Facebook now, the #1 engagement on Facebook is video, right? Facebook's actually gamifying video and trying to copy Instagram Reels. YouTube have now got YouTube Shorts, where they do these 1-minute videos where they keep you in a loop, right? And put in the chat box, guys, if in the last 24 hours you've been caught in a video loop, right? And I won't look at right now, I'll have a look in a minute, but basically normally when I ask that, loads of people put that, right? They've been caught in video loops, because what happens is, if you notice, when you get your phone and you look on your phone, and you'll see a little 1 appear at the bottom, won't you? And you think that's a message or something, but quite often it's just putting you in a video loop. And it's really kind of naughty for Facebook to do that, because it's kind of like that red 1 that you have to press it, right? And that's what they're doing. It's what they're all doing now. And up until about 6 to 9 months ago, you always got 10 websites or blogs or whatever on Google. Well, we're now starting to see those being removed as well, right? But, you know, he said to me, you know, Google have already anticipated that everything's going to be video in the next 5 years. But and I asked him a few questions. I said, look, how can I actually get these? He said, you just need to give Google what it wants. And I said, do I pay for these? And he was like, no, these are video, right? He said, so these are free organic listings. And I was like, and how many of these can I actually have? You know, I can see like some of them were 1, 2, and 3, and then you could scroll left and right and actually get more. He said, you can get as many as you want. And I said, okay, but will they kind of appear today and then go tomorrow? And he said, no, he said, as long as they're relevant, they can stay there. I said, for how long? He said, as long as they're relevant, for years. And I was like, whoa. He's just told me I can get evergreen free ads in positions 1, 2, 3, and effectively 4, 5, 6 for free with a billboard And then, you know, my hairs were starting to like stand on the back of my arm. But then I obviously realized that I didn't know how to do this. So I got on the phone to, like, you name a guru, right? Any guru you can think of, I was on the phone to them, and I didn't have any money. I was going to open a credit card, and I was like, you know, please show me how to do this. And two weird things happened. First one was that they didn't know how to do it. Some of them were appearing in this, you know, in this carousel, but most of them actually, in fact, I would say all of them. A couple of them said they did know, but when I pressed a bit further, they didn't really give me any, you know, they didn't really kind of know, right? Because it was new. I was kind of half expecting to say, sorry, this is all sewn up, but this was brand new. No one knew, right? But the second thing that they said was really weird, was that they didn't care. Now, this is gold for us guys, because right now nobody's focusing on this because of those penalty slaps, right? SEO, to all intents and purposes right now, is pretty much dead. Everybody's over on Facebook first, advertising. That's where everyone's throwing all their money at the moment. And I've got some interesting stuff to share with you about that, right? But the fact is that this is the number one search engine. So this is in front of people when they're searching, with the number one medium right now. So, you know, I never designed this to show to anyone. Like, I wasn't going to be here today showing you. I just needed this to save my business. So, you know, these are some of the products. And as Mike said, I'll show you in a minute. I was the number one. I was the very first number one affiliate for Groove when they launched back in January 2020, right? It was actually December 2019, January 2020. December 2019, that was my first ever video there, right? I got a commission 20 minutes later, right? And, you know, all of these products, you might recognize some of these, right? So these are, you know, a lot of these, as Mike just said, you know, these are products he used to own, or he used to run, right? But at the time, you know, I was like putting up all different products and, you know, making really good money. And the carousel used to be that way. And again, in line with what Google said about everything is going to be more and more video, what Google have done now, and instead of making it a carousel like that, they've made it like a 4-pack like this, right? So you can see them here. So you can actually get 4 listings on the front page of Google, okay? And then when you press view all now, instead of scrolling left and right, it opens up the video tab. So you get all videos, and you still get to see these 4 as well. So it kind of gives you these 4 as well, right? So this, you know, this is kind of, you know, pretty powerful right now, because when I actually discovered this, okay, you know, like when I was actually ranking for Groove, put a 1 in the chat box if you're a Groovester, you love Groove. And like, I've just been following their success since last year. It's just blown me away. You know, what an amazing company, what an amazing community. Like, I've never known people inside the Groove community like you guys, right? And myself, like I've been so busy, I haven't been in there as much as I'd like to, but I'm definitely a big part of this Groove community. I love this company so much, and the people behind it are just, they just don't exist, right? But as you can see, I went down to, I didn't get a badge when I was number 1 because I was one of the first, right? But when Joe started posting these badges up on the Facebook group, I got to number 5. Now, I'm going to show you something in this presentation that's going to show you how you can take this training and go and promote Groove, right? Because I actually got a front-end commission of $94,000 last year. I got a back-end commission, I think it was around $15,000, right? And I did all of this from about 6 or 7 different videos. That's it, all set and forget. So I'm going to show you how that works in just a minute. And obviously, Groove's not the only company I've promoted in the past. I've been consistently the top 10 affiliate. I don't actually know if I am. I'm still making lots of money for these products, but they haven't actually posted a leaderboard for a while. But I was up there for nearly 2 years without spending a single penny on ads. And this is like top 10 seller in the world, right? So it's kind of weird when you think about it. And we've got this plugin as well. You can actually see here, look, some of these products, when we put this in, it actually shows you who the top channel is at that time, right? When I made these. And on this day, I was number 1 for this search term for One Funnel Away, above Russell Brunson. For Kartra, I was number 1, Webinar Jam number 1, Ever Webinar number 1. And I actually showed this to Mike last year. And I only had 6 videos when I was actually had the authority over Groove at this time, right? I definitely don't now, because Groove have a really strong YouTube channel, so they've reclaimed that authority. But I had this with just a handful of videos, right? So it doesn't take much for you to be able to get this going. And last quarter as well, we did over $1 million of actually promoting my own product, right? And actually we did, in the 3 months after that, we did another $1 million, right? So, and you can actually see I've spent $12,000 on ads since 2017. That's my total ad budget that I've ever spent. So it's kind of weird when you think about it, right? Like most of this is retargeting stuff. And a lot of this stuff I've been testing out and trying, and they haven't worked, right? And I even hired a big agency, and they got my ad account shut down in 2 weeks, right? Because they were such a big. My theory was they were a big agency, and they hired me interns. So I think the intern didn't quite know what they were doing. But there you go. I have no idea. But I had to stop working with them because I didn't have an ad account. So yeah, I've now been able to create that amazing lifestyle business, and travel the world and do funky stuff. And this band stands opposite my flat, and I think Mike sort of mentioned this a bit earlier, but I actually went into the bank in 2019, in March 2019. I went into the bank and paid off my mortgage for this $1 million apartment in cash. And I obviously didn't walk in with a briefcase, so I actually went in and just transferred from one account to another. And the bank manager said to me as I was walking out, he said, like, what is it you do? And I said, I just put stuff at the top of Google for free. And he was like, well, how'd you do that? I'll never forget his face. It's kind of stuck with me. So as I say, like, I never designed this to show to anyone. And the first person I ever decided to help with this was just my buddy, Marcus. I was actually kipping on his floor when I started my first business. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a roof over my head. Like, I had a few £1,000s in the bank, and he let me kip on his floor for free, right? So he knew the struggles I've been going with Google, but basically he had this podcast, and he asked me to go around and see if I could get it on the front page of Google. So within about sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, I got him some listings, and his jaw dropped. He was like, are you Houdini or something? Like, have you actually considered showing this to anyone? And I really hadn't. I know people say, oh, I hadn't, but no, I hadn't. I just wanted it to run my own business. And I got one of those sort of weird cartoon light bulbs, those things that you get above your head. And I was thinking, like, I can't even scratch the surface for my own business. This is something that will really, really help people. And I thought, oh, I really should. Like, I think I almost felt like a sense of duty to do it, right? So, so I put some feelers out, and the first person to jump on was Todd. He was the first person I ever showed this system to, and he didn't let up on me, right? He was like, right, okay, well, let's see, let's see what you're made of, sort of thing. And we agreed to do this 2-week channel review after we started working together. And I mean, I should have probably said 2 months or something, but we did agree to do it after 2 weeks. And he went for a very competitive product. And we put up 13 videos. He got 1,455 views in those first 2 weeks. And if you notice the actuals, if you can just about see that, these search terms are all from actual buyers, right? So this is 1,455 buying intent views, right? And he got 17 number 1 rankings and 72 first page rankings. And he was off to the races. Like, he left me, I'll actually make this available. You can go and watch this a bit later. But basically, this is a screenshot from the testimonial he left me. And he actually said that he found more than I actually found, because this was just a kind of spreadsheet thing. And, he then was off to the races, making serious money. He ended up selling this company and starting a junk removal company with his brother. So really, like, amazing success story. But obviously, then I started showing more and more people. As I realized that, I've shown my buddy Marcus, I've managed to get results for Todd. And then I just started showing more and more. And this is Brian. He said, pretty excited about Paul's 24-hour ranking system. These are screenshots for a video I posted less than an hour ago, number 3 on YouTube, number 2 in the Google video section. Now, by the way, guys, I can see all of your chat and questions. And what I should have said at the start, and I apologize, is that I will actually go through a full Q&A with you guys at the end. And also, if there's any questions that we miss or we don't get answered, then you can obviously hit up my team as well. So, but the fact is that, obviously I want to keep in the flow. So I will be checking in with the questions and the chat and all that sort of funky stuff. But the fact is that, I will be open up for Q&A at the end. So just to let you know that. So as we discovered this, I discovered that there are actually 4 fundamental pattern shifts. So these are kind of 4 big mistakes that most people are making in marketing. Now, most people won't actually share this with you because it kind of stops you buying their programs and things like that, right? But we realize that once we, if you just make one of these changes to your marketing, you can see really, really good results, right? And also, if you kind of change one or two of these, it pretty much guarantees your success. So I'm going to go through these in this training for you, because I think a lot of this is going to open up your eyes, right? Because normally when I show people this, they're like, whoa. So anyway, the 4 pattern shifts we made were: I reduced my marketing cost to 0. Now put all my products in front of actual red hot buyers immediately for free. I'm now easily able to outsell other vendors using something called the power of 3. And I actually developed a 5-step set and forget system. And I'm going to give you that today as well, that anyone can apply. Okay. So, obviously we're all adults. I'm sure you'll get that. But I do have to say this, right? Because results are not typical. For some reason, whenever I show somebody something, there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to get results with it. And that's not just from me, that's from anybody, right? We're all different. We're all like working different ways. There's no magic unicorn spitting out money. And what I'm going to show you today is not get rich quick. Okay. I don't endorse it. I wouldn't recommend like going for anything like that, because usually you're onto a failure, right? But having said all of that, right, who should you learn from? Now, Mike, when he was helping me with my webinar I think it was March last year, he said to me, you should actually put this slide inside your webinar, because this really helps people. So, I'm going to give kudos to Mike here, because he actually told me to say this to you guys, right? But if you learn from anybody, okay, whoever you learn from must know how to do it. And what that means is that somebody who goes and learns a course over here doesn't actually get any results with it, but then goes and teaches it over here, you're seriously unlikely to get results if that happens. But obviously, like, I never designed this to show to anyone. This is obviously how I run my business. So I've earned myself a tick on that one, right? But also they must know how to teach it. Now, if you take me as an example, when I was getting results with this, I didn't know that I could teach anyone. I don't have a teaching degree. I've never, learned how to teach. So just because I knew how to do it didn't necessarily mean I could get results with anyone. And today we've got 6,000 students getting staggering results with this system. So I've now earned a tick on that one. But again, obviously, if somebody is getting results with someone, you want to just be aware of are they able to teach it. Sometimes you like sign up for these things and it's all convoluted, you can't make any sense of it, right? Because they're getting results with it doesn't mean they can transfer that onto you. And the most important one is whoever they've taught must have gone on to have incredible success. And I've got some case studies and some funky stuff in this training to share with you. So obviously I get a tick here, but I think this will really help some of you guys, because obviously there's so many webinars, so many things out there. Just make sure they tick all these 3 boxes and then you'll be good, right? So now we'll get some interaction. Put a 1 in the chat box if you guys are pumped and ready to jump in, and we'll get straight in to the training, and I'll say hello to a few people as well. So if you could hit the chat box, that'd be really funky. So let's see some ones, guys. We've got one from Simon coming in, and they're all we're just waiting. Everybody's, I'm going to keep you on your toes, guys. You've got to wake up, right? So we've got Simon, Miller, Larrock, Marcus. That's my buddy Marcus. He's here. Cool. Ola, David. That slide I just showed you was my buddy Marcus. He's actually here. How cool is that? Lindstrom, McLeod, Jackson, like loads, all blowing up now. Shaw, Goodwin, Greg, Lewis, Thompson, Mooney, Divine, Fab. Okay, awesome. Let's get straight into it then. Okay, Fab. So what do we need to start with? Okay, so you're probably thinking you need a website, Wix or WordPress or whatever, right? No, you don't need any of that at all. Okay, you're probably thinking you need some money or some budget for something just to get started. You don't actually need a single penny. With this training I'm going to show you today, you can actually get started today for free and make money, right? You probably think you need some tech skills, some ninja skills. Absolutely not. This is 100% newbie friendly. You're probably thinking you need a product or a service. And obviously, if you've got one, you can definitely use it for that. But I actually developed this through affiliate marketing. So you definitely don't need a product or service or anything like that. You're probably thinking you need some software, Infusionsoft or all these kind of Active Campaign, all these different things. Well, no, because the actual service we're going to use is 100% free. Okay, So that's really cool. And you probably think you need some like ninja sales skills, better call Saul, right? So, you know, you've got to do infomercials. Well, that actually doesn't work on the platform that we use. So, so the great thing is that you don't need that, and you don't need to be any of your favorite superheroes. Mine was always Superman growing up, right? So having said that, who can use this system? Okay, so if you're an affiliate marketer, definitely. Physical products, coaches, consultants, if you want to get rid of clients, you've got anything to sell, if you want to free up time, if you're an agency owner, if you're brand new at marketing, in fact, fill in the dots, right? Does it work for ... Someone's going to ask this later on in the training, right? Does it work for ... The answer is always yes, right? Because, and somebody will still ask it, but that's okay, that's cool, because everything is searched for on the front page of Google. Okay, and we don't just rank for products, we rank for the reasons why people need the products and the problems people have that are solved by them purchasing the product. And, you know, if every single person here wanted to promote Groove, right, you would not even scratch the surface. Every single one of my students could all promote Groove and they wouldn't even scratch the surface, because there's so many reasons why people need Groove, right? You could just take one of the products inside of Groove and just go deep and start showing people how to create webinars, how to create landing pages, how to create automated email sequences. And you can go even further than that, how to create automated email sequences for dentists, for whatever. Like, everything is searched for on Google, okay? And you can go super deep with this. So, you know, it doesn't really matter what it is. I actually helped somebody not that long ago who had a charity, right? And they didn't want front end money coming in. They actually wanted to just raise awareness, right? So because it's free traffic, you can do it for that. So we'll dive straight into fundamental pattern shift number one, was how I managed to reduce all my marketing costs to zero. Okay, so obviously we've had the iOS 14 update, okay, and this has been a big headache because all the tracking's all messed up now for ads, right? But we're going to use Facebook as an example, because while I was discovering marketing, I learned some home truths, right? And Facebook as an example, for instance, if you actually, and by the way, you don't have to take my word for any of this. Obviously, go and check, you know, if you think I'm talking rubbish or whatever, but this is just stuff that we learned and I wanted to share it with you, right? So Facebook ad prices have been increasing nearly 100% year on year for the last 5 or 6 years, right? I think it was last quarter, the quarter before, they went up 50% when Google blocked, Apple blocked the tracking, right? Facebook went up 50% just in 1 quarter, right? Now, obviously what that means is you've now got what actually pushes the competition up. What actually pushes the prices up is the competition. So you've now got 5 to 6 times as many people advertising for virtually everything for the same thing, right? So for everything. So like there's a red ocean. It doesn't really matter what you're advertising. Everybody's got massive competition, right, on Facebook. And Facebook are under scrutiny now. Now, it's my firm belief, I don't have this written down, but I think that everyone's going to have an ID with their Facebook account, because they've got all these trolls and all these things happening and safety issues, and they're under so much scrutiny. But everybody's invested, all the governments, everything, everyone's actually invested in Facebook when you think about it, right? So Facebook's not going anywhere, but they will take your ad account down tomorrow, whether it's $100 a day or $1 million a day. Right, they're so big now. Their number one protection, number one motivation, one thing that they care about is not losing Facebook, and they don't care. They'd rather lose the money from that ad account, and they'll give you a red medicine bottle, and you'll either get it back or you won't. There's kind of you get into 2 categories, and they don't tell you which one it is. You have to apply, and if you don't get it back, they'll never give it back to you. Okay, and they do this without even giving you a reason why, right? So if you're not diversifying your marketing from Facebook, then obviously that's a problem. Ads not getting approved. It's a bit like, obviously, you go and put up an ad and then you have to wait 24 hours. Then you've got to kind of ask them to review it and then wait another 24 hours. It's like asking your parents if you can go to the prom or something, you know, when you're an adult and you're a marketer and you've got your own family. You know, it's weird, really, but this is what we have to do, right? And if you keep nagging them to get approved, you can get banned. Right, so this is a real worry. This is really stressful. Okay, and around 450,000 plus new businesses started last year. And again, what we realised is that if you actually go and look a bit deeper at this, typically 5% will break even, right? And 1% will succeed. And that's not good odds, right? And when you actually go and look at where everybody's putting their money, the biggest expense in any business is marketing. So the biggest thing that everybody's throwing their money at to see whether their business is going to succeed or fail is Facebook, because everybody's going to Facebook, right? So I just want to paint a picture here, right? So imagine you've got $10,000 on a product, right? And you've got to prove that this works. Now, if you've got $1 million and you take it to Facebook, you're going to get it working, right? But most people don't have that, right? Most people have a certain budget, like 5,000, 2,000, 10,000, whatever it is, right? First of all, really, you need to hire an agency nowadays. You can give it a go alone, but you're going to be spending more money on your ads because you're going to be figuring stuff out. And a good agency will charge you around $5,000 a month. The ones that charge less, you know, they are learning, okay? Because the ones that are not learning will charge you about 5,000, right? So that's 5,000. So if say you've got a 10,000 budget, they're going to lock you in on a 2 or 3 month contract because they want to basically be throwing loads of spaghetti at these ads to find your audience, right? So what they'll do is they'll test out around 30 audiences, right, with a brand new product. They'll test those audiences, each one of those $5 a day for 5 days, but they'll also test $5 a day, 5 days with each one of those audiences with a different image, 2 or 3 different images, 2 or 3 different copy, 2 or 3 different creatives, all with your money, right? And then you get burnt out fast. And if you go to some of the Facebook, some of the agency Facebook groups, I won't mention what they're called, but you can go and find them and just go in there and say, what's the average churn rate for Facebook agencies? And they'll openly tell you it's around 3 months. And when you take a look at this stat here and you think about 3 months, people are basically, Facebook in a way have got a lot of blood on their hands because they're burning people's money out, right? So, but you know, I think Facebook are making the bulk of their money from people burning out, trying to start a business, you know. But again, this is just stuff we discovered. So this one here, if you fall into this category, it's not your fault, right? Because most people don't know how to place their products in front of buyers. The only real way to do that is to get on the search engines. And if you want to go and put an ad at the top of Google, like in 2009, I think it was, Google decided to change all their pricing from like 15 cents a click to $3 a click. And this is why funnel building and stuff like that all came about, because people couldn't make enough money on the front end. They had to build in integrated systems. I can't say it, right? But obviously with what we've got today, you're now able to do that again, okay? So to highlight why this is important, Richard Branson had a record company in the 80s, and his record company was worth about 30 million. And he was stuck on the Virgin Islands with his wife, Joan, and all the flights were cancelled. So he got a piece of card, you know, just ripped it off the side of the thing, got a felt tip pen, and he wrote Virgin Airways, $50 or $100, held it above his head, walked around the airport, obviously filled every single seat on his plane because he'd solved a problem, right? Marketing 101, solve a problem. And while he was on his way home with this full plane, he'd actually made a little bit of profit as well. I'm not sure that was legal, but he was helping people. He said to his wife, Joan, he said, I want to start an airline. And at the time, a Boeing 747 would have cost him 30 million, around about the same amount of money as his record company. Now, when he went back to his record company and he told them he wanted to do this, they were all up in arms. You know, there was people's jobs at risk, right? People were going to leave the company. His best mate, Nick, left, came back later. And so what he did, so he said, look, guys, give me a bit of credit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a way to protect the downside. And what that means is he was going to figure out a way not to have to bet the farm, right? Not to have to, like, so that everybody at his record company's job was safe, whatever. And you're probably thinking, well, how did he do that? Right. Well, this is the strategy he teaches. If you want to go and sit in a room with Richard Branson for a couple of days, he'll charge you at 50,000 or 100,000. And this is what he tells people to do. Right. What he did was he got a directory of everybody who works at Boeing, and he phoned everyone until he got that one person who said, yes, we will hire you a plane for the first 12 months. Now, obviously, there's cost involved, but at the end of that 12 months, he could hand the plane back if it didn't work. He could effectively play at aviation for a year, give it a go. If it doesn't work, hand the plane back. His record company and everybody's job is safe, right? And unfortunately, it didn't work out, and I had no idea whatever happened to him after that, right? A little bit of fun there. But yeah, massive success, obviously, as you all know. So yeah, so that's, you know, I mean, I can't speak on behalf of Richard Branson, but if he was coming into this, you know, into be doing something like this right now, he would want to protect the downside. This is what he teaches people to do. So the only way you can protect the downside is by cutting your costs, so that you've got some costs going in, but you know what they are. You can give it a go. If it doesn't work out, you move on to something else. And the only way you can effectively do that in marketing is by getting rid of all your marketing costs, right? So obviously we now have access to the front page of Google again. We're able to do that. Okay, so that brings us to fundamental pattern shift number 2, is how I actually get all of my products in front of actual red hot buyers. And yeah, I was going to do a drum roll, but I was a bit fast on the buzzer there. Obviously we use YouTube, right? So I think most of you are going to know this, but I'll go through them quickly. Google owns YouTube, right? We consider YouTube to be Google's younger brother. YouTube, the only way they make money is through ads, right? YouTube generates income for Google. YouTube's the second biggest search engine on the planet. So Google's number 1, YouTube's number 2, and Google's going to rank our YouTube videos straight away. Okay, we don't have to wait 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. We go in instantly. I'll show you some results on that in a minute. And we also get top rankings on both YouTube and Google, and also Google videos. So that's kind of 3 places we get. Okay, and because of this, we can tap into an abundance of targeted traffic. We can choose any product we want, and we can go deep. We can choose the reasons, the problems, the product itself. You know, we can all, you know, it doesn't really matter. There's so much traffic that's coming into Google that could lead to a sale of your product. It's unreal. And right now, this is the biggest blue ocean in marketing, because nobody's paying attention except myself. I'm the only one who teaches this effectively, right? And obviously YouTube's free. You don't have to spend any money for the platform. There's a paid version if you don't want to see ads, but that doesn't mean you don't see our videos, because our videos are organic. So they actually see more of ours. So yeah, it's completely free. You can set up as many YouTube channels as you want, day in, day out. Doesn't cost you a penny, right? So before we get into this, okay, because I know some of you guys will have some common myths, and I'm holding my hand up here. My buddy Marcus is here. We were putting up music videos, and I was standing off camera. I didn't want to do them in 2007, and we were kind of trying to come up with ideas to start a channel when I was round at his place. And we would we made this YouTube song, which was kind of funny. But I wouldn't be on camera. I was too shy, and it took me 9 years to pluck up the courage to actually start my very first YouTube channel. I didn't start mine until 2016, because I had some of these common myths. And the biggest one that you fall into is the one that most people have, is that you need to show yourself. Most people think you need to show yourself, right? And obviously it's not your fault if you thought that, because it's in the name, right? It's called YouTube, right? But the weird thing is that you know, like, for 99% of the stuff that you can promote on YouTube, you don't need to go anywhere near a camera, right? I'll give you an example. So this one here, this is not a product placement video. This is solving a problem, right? Now, let me ask you guys, who do you know who created this video, right? And it's a trick question, obviously, because the fact is that there is not, like, this is a crap image, really, crap, perfect beauty tips, kind of real generic, nothing exciting about this, right? But what's interesting is it solves a problem. It's been up since 2014 and it's gone viral. It's got 700,000 views. This video has also is generating money from ads. Now, every other YouTube training that you'll have seen probably will be talking about you making money with AdSense, or monetizing your channels, or growing subscribers and things like that. That's not this training at all. Okay, I'm going to actually go against all that and say, don't do that, because it's hard, right? And I'll tell you why. But, you know, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I would recommend not doing it, right? I'm not saying, I would never say you can't actually do that, because, like, I still think there's room to do that. But that's kind of what everybody's doing, right? We switch off ads. So this one here, we worked out with ads, this would have made around about $1,500 to $2,500 potentially. It's not one of my videos. I don't actually know. And it does vary from niche to niche, so we don't actually know. But and that's not bad, considering all this is a slideshow, right? It's like you can basically put these slides together on Keynote, PowerPoint. Google Slides is free, right? And then hop on Zoom and record it, right? And then you upload this to YouTube, and then YouTube has a music library, right? You could do this, and like everybody here could do this in about half an hour easily, right? And then they just put 1, apply ice, 2, apply cucumber, for, you know, all these kind of things. You know, 9 out of 10 people like this content. They haven't even asked for a like in this video, but 9 out of 10 people actually like this content for something that took them about half an hour, right? 252 comments. And so, you know, I'll talk about this a bit more later on, but what we'll do is we switch off ads on all of it. You don't find ads on any one of my videos on my channel, right? And we'll put a link here. And this first 3 lines here, this is considered above the fold because they don't have to press this show more on any device and they can see this link. So we'll put a link here to a simple and natural face cream. And instead of $1,500 to $2,500, this could have made 10 to 100 times that amount, right? But these guys just went with ads, right? But we know the stats on these sort of videos. And again, like, you would never know who this is. This could be anybody. It could be someone in your family, right? A secret YouTuber. If they don't tell you, you'd never know, right? So that's myth number 1. And you think about all the niches you can go in, like e-commerce. You just put, like, where you would go and see a static ad on Google for a football or a lazy spa or something, you know, an inflatable spa. You just put all the images of that product together and make a 15-second, 30-second video. That's all you need to do, because you're taking advantage of the power of the Google and YouTube algorithms working together. And that's now a free ad in a format that people prefer, right? Loans, credit cards, all these sort of stuff make mega money. Obviously, putting yourself on camera wouldn't make any sense. Most niches, you know, you've got pets. Pets is a massive niche. Hobbies is a massive niche. Again, if you're selling sailboats or something like that, you just show people on boats, on images, right? And you can make a lot of money. So myth number 2 is it takes months to get ranked. Now I'm going to have to cough, excuse me. I drink as well. Okay, so again, this comes from most people thinking that obviously SEO, search engine optimization, if you want to go and hire an agency now to get you on the front page of Google, they're going to the first thing they'll normally say is, we can't guarantee the first page of Google. If they're ethical, that's what they'll say. And there's a reason for that, right? It's been taken up by all these kind of snack packs and videos and things like that now. We're all pushing out the organic listings. So they'll say page 2 or above, and 70% of all the search for traffic goes to the first page, right? Secondly, they will tell you to wait 3 to 6 months. Like, who does marketing like that anymore? That's why everybody's trying to make it on Facebook, because people think it's instant. Facebook actually takes a while as well, but most people think it's instant. But most people now will avoid going on YouTube because they'll think, oh, it's going to take a while for this to rank, right? So I'll just show you a few screenshots here. This one was mostly when you press send, it ranks. With, like, literally, you go over to Google, YouTube, and it's there, right? So this one's 29 minutes ago. This one's 10 hours ago. This one here, 26 minutes ago, 6 hours, 4 minutes, 6 hours. This one here, ranked my video for keyword DJs in Melbourne on YouTube in 39 minutes. Let's see how we go on google.com.au, which is Australia, right? This one here, 11 minutes ago. And what actually happens is Google gives this thing called a new tag, which I think it stays up for 7 days. But in the first 24 hours, Google promotes your video for you. So it actually promotes it on Google and YouTube. And the reason it does that is obviously they would never know where to place videos if they didn't. So they're basically giving you some love, like pushing it out there, and then you kind of see where it's supposed to fit, right? And what we do is we optimize this video so that it stays there, right? Because otherwise, after 24 hours, it will just drop. Okay, this one here, less than an hour since I posted. This is my first video product for this product. I'm pretty happy with these results. Thanks, Paul Murphy. Like, imagine the look on your face when you start seeing your listings just literally just coming up like this. You know, we've got some reactions of some of our students. I'll show you that in a bit. It's quite good fun to watch. It makes me smile as well. So you need subscribers, likes, and comments. Okay, so obviously everyone's been on a YouTube video probably in the last 24 hours at least, right? So, you know, you'll see them saying, please subscribe to my channel, like, hit the comments, and even I do it, right? I get caught up in it, but it's got it makes no difference whatsoever for what this stuff does is it helps towards engagement. And what people are doing here when they do all this stuff, some of it's vanity, but most of it's they're trying to get their video to go viral, okay, which is not what we want. We don't want our video to go viral because we just want to rank in front of our potential buyers, right? So for this one here, I was actually ranking here for quite a few years, but some of my students now are copying what I do, right? So now I've been pushed out, but I was actually in here for years, okay? And you'll actually notice that this video's not got hardly any likes, 7 up likes, 3 down likes. All I did was screen share the landing page and tell them about the offer, right? Only 2 comments, one was from me, okay? And actually, this stuff is actually way less important now anyway. What Google's looking for videos to go viral is how long people are watching videos. That's the main factor now that YouTube looks at. But you can see that this has got 1,000 views, right? And other YouTubers, I'll show you a case study in a minute. Other YouTubers look at that and go, that's rubbish. 1,000 views, right? We were getting 10 to 15 signups for these free trials every day. Now, admittedly, some obviously cancel, some take up. But for this to make the same amount of money as a video that gets 1 million views, we need 7 sales. It's just 7 sales, right? I'll show you that in a minute. But the fact is that this is all in front of red hot buyers, and these are 1,000 buyers, not 1,000 views, because these are only going in front of people that are interested. This is getting 10 to 15 signups a day, because someone will come to here, they see the video, quite often they wouldn't even go for it, they just click this link. As you can see, we've got these above the fold, right? So, you know, this is great because people ignore us when we're doing this as well, and we just clean up behind the scenes a little bit, you know, it's kind of funny. But you don't need subscribers, likes, and comments to rank. The only thing you need to do is to optimize your video to tell Google to rank it, okay? And then that's it, set and forget, right? So myth number 4 is you can only make money from YouTube with AdSense. And like I said, like this is what every other, pretty much 99% of all the courses out there that are teaching YouTube strategies are teaching you to go and like get 1,000, 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers. In my niche, right, the gurus in my niche, I think I know about 10, maybe slightly more, that have got 1 million subscribers. It's not a very easy thing to do in any niche, right? Getting 1 million subscribers, you have to go all in and post every day and be thinking outside the box and have like amazing studios and everything. You know, I just have this $100 microphone, right? But the fact is that if you want to do that, obviously I'd say give it a go if that's something you fancy doing, but that's a red ocean, right? So here's the case study, right? This is Shelby Church. Shelby Church has got 1.6 million subscribers. Amazing channel, by the way. This is a really good channel. So if you want to check it out, go and check it out. But check this out, right? 1,000 views on my Webinar Jam video. I only needed 7 sales to get $1,400, right? Because the product cost $497 and I got 40% commission. So I was getting $200 a sale, 7 sales, $1,400, right? To match that with the viral strategies, this video here, she had 822,000 views and she made $1,300, right? And this is Shelby Church. She's got 1.6 million subscribers. So, you know, for you to get to 1 million subscribers, I mean, it was probably even easier when she started. And another thing I would say as well, not a lot of people tell you this, 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel 5 years ago was 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel now is the equivalent of if you had 10,000 5 years ago, because there's so many more YouTubers. YouTube is just growing at a massive rate. So if you think about like how money's devalued over the years, it's a bit like that. So, you know, you really do need to have big channels, right, for you to make some good money. So I don't recommend doing this because obviously you've seen the auditions for the X Factor, right? And this is just one of 3 months of auditions and there's only one winner, right? And this is kind of what you're up against now with those types of channels, right? And, you know, my channel is not optimized for subscribers, for any of that stuff. I've made multiple millions this year, and this channel has got 5.54 thousand subscribers. And, you know, you heard what Mike had to say about me at the start. There's some like really big names in the industry that consider me one of the top guys to do this. And yet you know, again, people just follow me because they like my channel or whatever, but I don't optimize for this. I literally rank. The last few videos, you'll notice I was actually ranking for Groove because they had a launch. So I was just, you know, basically putting up some videos about the launch, letting people know, you know, if you want to get in now before everything changes. but you know, you don't have to post every day. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to do all this kind of stuff that you need to do for your YouTube channel. This is so much more fun and so much easier, right? So quick case study. So I had 958 subscribers. So if you want to actually make money with AdSense, you need 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours of watch time. Okay, the average time that usually takes is about 3 to 6 months on any channel. Again, like that's having some skin in the game, right? And Google does that deliberately so that you have got some skin in the game. So by doing it that way, okay, you can't actually monetize until you actually have to apply to become a Google partner. Now, I am a Google partner. Last October, I switched on ads on my channel for a month as a case study for my students, right? I made $2,000 that month, not bad, right, in AdSense revenue. I lost $30,000 in normal revenue. So, and I think it's because a lot of people thought, well, you're the guy who says don't switch on ads, and some people were seeing my ads and they didn't know what I was doing. I did actually make it clear to my audience, but a lot of people who were kind of dipping in and watching my videos were thinking, well, you're not, you know, but I actually did it deliberately as a case study to show people. But this one here, according to YouTube, I wasn't monetized, right? So I was making nothing according to YouTube, right? So I had put up 10 videos for a product over a 6-week period. So yeah, I hadn't put one up every day. I've just been putting them up sporadically. We generated $22,000 in commission. We generated $101,000 in revenue. So this was all hands off. This was like no support tickets, no nothing. This is all affiliate commissions, right? And I took a screenshot of the day before and put in the chat box if you know how much you need to earn to get to $1 million a year. And I'll tell you, it's 2,700, right? Just over. So on this day, this does actually fluctuate, but on this day, potentially, we'd hit $1 million a year with just 10 videos. Like, think of the power of that. That's just nuts, isn't it? But actually, we hadn't. We'd hit like 4 times that because that was the revenue. This was our commission. You know, and I took a screenshot of that day, and that day we were having a particularly good day. I think this was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something, right? And you might want to pay attention as well. I'm going to come back to this in a minute, but you might want to pay attention to this bit here, right? You'll actually notice that we only had 334 visitors, but we had 181 sales. So 50% conversion, right? Which is not something that's easy to get in any industry. And I'll show you how we did that as well. Okay, so we'll get a bit of interaction here, guys. Okay, so put a 3 in the chat box if you thought, okay, Paul, yeah, I've got Facebook, I've got TikTok, I've got Instagram. I don't know if anyone uses Twitter anymore. You know, you've got all these different things, right? And it's just, it's just too hard to get started. Okay, just put a 3 in the chat box if you've ever thought, I just don't know if I can be bothered with YouTube, or it's too hard, or whatever. Okay, so put a 3. I want to see some 3s, guys, because I know that, you know, I know that some of you would definitely have thought this, right? So let's get some 3s. Yeah, 3 from Curry, 3 from Marcus. Marcus, you started one in 2007. 3 from Trujillo. Okay, loads of 3s coming in now. Harmut, Smart. Yeah, okay. So loads and loads of 3s. So yeah. Okay, guys. So okay, I want a bit of commitment from you, right? So it's a bit of fun, okay, but this will really help you. So if I show you on the next slide in 3 easy steps how you can do just 3 steps in less than an hour to go and make a commission today, who's going to promise me that they're going to get started today? Who's going to promise me that they're going to go and take action? So put a 5 in the chat box if you're going to take action. So like millions of 3s coming in. I wasn't scrolling. I just didn't see, like, oh, wow, me, it's way too complex. I have no clue. Just keen to get going. Okay, wicked. Okay, so loads of 5s coming in. Okay, so I'm going to read out a few names. Now, you guys that are putting a 5, obviously you're making a commitment to me, but it's a bit of fun, right? But this is a commitment to yourself. Okay, if I show you on this next slide, if I deliver on this next slide, you guys promise me you're going to go and take action. So we've got Lee. I'm going to read out your names. First name, Ali, Libden, Larrock, Wells. I can't read that. Shropsian, sorry. Trujillo, Fletcher, Simon, Tab, Ola, Weisbeck, David, Mark. Right, there's millions. I'm actually going to stop there. But okay, right. I've got your number. I've got your name. I've got your address. I'm going to cut. No, I'm not, obviously. But okay, so obviously you've made a commitment to yourself that you are going to take action. Right? You ready? Okay, this is it. This is it. Right? So you're going to create a YouTube channel. Okay. So all you do is you go over to Gmail and you log in. Okay. Everyone's got a Gmail. If you haven't, you can set one up in a couple of minutes. Then you go to YouTube. You log in. Okay. Once you're in YouTube with your Gmail, your YouTube channel's waiting. It just says start your channel or access your channel, top right hand corner. And then what you would do is you would go and pop up the same as you would on Facebook, everything else, pop up a banner and a photo, right? And all of that you could do in 15 minutes, right? With me so far? Yeah. Okay. So that's you set up. That's your advertising platform ready to go. Okay. Then we want you to create a short 30-second video with about 3 or 4 different images. Okay. Go and put it into a slideshow. Okay. Which you can do on Keynote, PowerPoint. Okay. If anyone here is technically challenged, I know my mum is with things like this, go over to fiverr.com, Fiverr, right, and pay someone $5. It'll be the best $5 you've ever spent. Just give them the images and the link to your product, right, and tell them to put the link at the bottom of the slide, okay, and you can get them to add some music. They'll do all of that for $5, right? So that's 45 minutes, okay, and once you put that up on your YouTube channel, you can generate income for years to come. You haven't had to spend a fortune on Facebook ads. You haven't had to spend a fortune on all different types of softwares and things out there that people think you need, right? And to give you an example of this, the very first video I put up for Groove, Mike had a headshot and I screen shared the offer at the time, and it wasn't Groove, you know, the whole platform. It was one of the products, GroovePages, that he was selling for a one-time fee, right? No one had ever done this before. As soon as I spotted it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I put up a video telling people how amazing it was. You know, this is a one-time fee for you to get lifetime access to GroovePages and a link. And 20 minutes later, I got a commission. The next day, I got a commission. The next day, I got 2 commissions. About a week later, just in the new year, Joe Jablonski reached out to me and said, hey man, you're killing it. You're doing really well. Thank you so much. And about a week after that, I was on a call with Mike. Right? They didn't know me from anywhere, from nothing. And all I did was put up a video, and then I put up more. And when I hopped on a call with Mike, he was like, yeah, every time I'm logging in, I can see you on Google, right? So think of the power of that. So that is it, guys. So those of you who have put a 5, tell me, put in the chat box, I'm all in, right? If you like, that is how easy it is to get started, guys. Easy peasy for you to go and generate. Most people overcomplicate things, right? But that's all it takes, right? Okay, cool. So we're going to go straight on to fundamental pattern shift number 3, is to use the power of free. Okay, now this is an image from a show in the 90s called Charmed. I got accused of being sexist once, which I promise you I'm not. This is just that they were 3 witches that had this thing called the power of free. So it was just a reference to that. So hopefully that doesn't offend anyone. Okay, so basically this is where you want to grab a pen or take a screenshot, because this is like pure value. This is like, if you follow these 3 steps, this is what my 6,000 students go through every single time. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look for search for traffic. Okay, now to do that you need to use a keyword tool. Okay, now there's loads of them out there. Some of them are like super cheap now, like $10 a year. Some of them are free, right? There's all sorts of keyword tools out there, but you want to make sure that there's search for traffic. So you've got your product, okay, and you're going to look for search for traffic around the product itself, the reasons why people buy the product, and the problems people have that will lead to them buying the product. And you create videos around those, right? Okay, and again, you can just use images, okay? And then we're going to look for buying intent. Okay, so we want to make sure that this keyword will lead to a sale. Okay, and if you're not sure how to, like, if you're not sure, right, will that keyword, when I create a video, will it lead to a sale? Just go and Google it, and if there's ads, then you're onto a winner, right? Because people only advertise against keywords where there's ads, where there's buying intent. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, buying intent keywords. And again, use your now. So if it's like try GrooveFunnels or GrooveFunnels demo or Groove demo or GroovePages or Groove webinar, GrooveMail, like all of that stuff's going to lead to a buying intent, because if someone's looking for a demo, they want to see what it looks like before they go and get it, right? So really, really serving, helping Mike and his team grow his company, right? So, and also you need a link above the fold, okay? Now, you just want to link to the product, okay, that's clickable. So HTTPS, you want all of that bit in there, right? So that it's hyperlinked, so that it will go straight to your product. And you want to put that as well in the comments, because on different types of devices, it comes up different. So on certain types of mobiles or tablets or whatever, you want to have a link that's there for them to click straight away, right? Because quite often they won't even watch the video, because if they're in a buying state, they'll watch a few seconds and then they'll just want to click it. And that's what you want, right? So that's all you need. And then we're going to apply the power of free, okay? So when I first started this was actually that case study I showed you earlier. We were getting 50% conversion. We got contacted by the actual vendor and they said, "You're killing it. You're doing really well, Paul. Thank you so much." I was like, cool, you know, that's great. And he said, "You're getting 50% conversion." Now, you know, I have to hold my hands up here. I didn't actually know, because this is kind of stress-free marketing. I don't really check in on a lot of this stuff. I just knew that we were making money, right? Anyway, I went and checked across the board, because he told me to go and look at it. He said, "Look," he said, you know, on a Black Friday, we might get 15-20% conversion. 50% conversion is not really a statistic you see in anything. He said, "So can you just go and sort of have a little look at what's going on?" And I'm like, so glad he did, because we kind of reverse engineered it, and what we discovered was amazing. And again, this is where you might want to take a screenshot or just make some notes, because this is where the penny's going to drop for most people, right? Because we didn't realize that we'd come across the biggest marketing opportunity in history so far. And, you know, and I thought it would all be sewn up by now, but it isn't. Hardly anybody's paying attention to this. So what we discovered was, right, so if you think about it, go back about 5 years, 6 years, you'd go and put in a search for a product and go and buy it, right? You just go and, you know, yeah, sure, go and buy this thing, whatever, put the search term in, go and buy it. But what do we do now? Okay, very often, in most cases, we're preconditioned to get a second opinion, right? So an example, Amazon, we're going to look at the reviews. eBay will look at the reviews. If we want to go on holiday, we'll look at TripAdvisor, right? If we want to go to a restaurant, we look at TripAdvisor. If we want to get a tradesman, Yelp comes up on Google now, right? Google actually pushes Yelp on Google. You've got compare the market type websites where you're comparing, you know, all different types of things. You get top 10 lists of energy suppliers, mobile phone contracts, insurance, all sorts of things. And all these things are affiliate websites, right? And, you know, who here, like, put a 1 in the chat box, guys, if you've been to buy a camera or a telly or, you know, an electronic device, and you just want to see somebody unboxing it first, see what they have to say. We're all doing it. Okay, I'm not going to check because I know the answer, because we're all doing it subconsciously, right? Now, this is where, if we were doing this as affiliate marketers, right, we can actually hijack the sale. Okay, so instead of people putting in the product and then going and buying it, okay, they're going to put in the product and they're going to go and they just want to scratch that itch. They just want to get that thing that they need, that we need, so that we can move forward, right? So if we put in GrooveFunnels, we want to see somebody, let's just have a look, see what someone has to say about it, right? And then they land on my video or your video showing them a demo, right? We add that trust, you know? And again, people always say to me like, but what if I'm promoting my own product, Paul? How can I add trust? You just show, no one knows it's your video. So you would just go and show them testimonials. You know, you just show them people using the product. You know, again, you can do this all in a slideshow. Okay, and you know, people prefer video, right? So this is an abundance of search for traffic with buying intent. We've got a link, and we've scratched that one thing that we're looking for. And the reason we call this the power of free is because this is where we put the link. And the like human race seems to love the number 3, right? 3 is a magic number because songs are in 3 parts, plays are in 3 parts. Films are often in 3 sections, right? So as long as we've got the link there, no one really wants to come out of here and like, there's no such thing as the power of 4, right? Nobody wants to come out of here and go and find the vendor. That, you know, if you give them the link and they're good to go. And I'll show you in a minute as well how you can apply a really cool bonus here, which makes it even more of a no-brainer. You don't need to, but if you add a bonus here, like a guide, a PDF, something that costs you nothing, like it's a digital thing that basically packages this product with something extra that they can't get anywhere else, then you get the sale, right? And that is how we get 50% conversion, because people are already in a buying state. They needed one thing taken care of, and then we give them the link. And that is how we can get, you know, sometimes we get under, sometimes we get over, but across the board, we get much, much higher conversions. Pretty powerful, huh? So are you guys getting this now, right? Are you starting like put a 5 in the chat box if this is sort of blowing your socks off, right? And I will check actually, because I want to make sure that this is, you know, kind of people are getting good value here. So so yeah, okay, so you might want to take a screenshot of that. But basically, let's just see, loads of 5s coming in. Okay, so this brings us to fundamental pattern shift number 4, okay? And this is the magic 5-step formula. Now, this is the same system that myself and all my students go through every single time, okay? So again, you might want to make a note or take a screenshot, and yeah, and basically this is it. It's very, very simple, but if you follow this formula, okay, it's going to be hard for you not to get results, right? So first of all, you want to pop up a channel, but you want to choose a niche, right? Now, some people say don't choose something that you're interested in, choose what the market's interested in. But this is YouTube, right? Everything is on YouTube. So choose something you're interested in. That's good, okay? Now, when I say niche, it can be a theme, okay? So it could be Star Wars, or May the Force be with you, or it could be Star Trek, or it could be a pets, you know, funny dogs. It could be anything, but you want a niche or a theme. You want an overall umbrella, and you want it to be broad, okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to choose something very specific, but then you can branch out, right? So you can use that. I mean, it doesn't matter too much because you can put up different channels all the time. But again, obviously, what we want is a niche or a theme, okay, when we put up our channel. So that's step 1. Step 2, we're going to sign up for an affiliate product that's going to make us a minimum of $100. Now, if you're using this system to promote your own products or services, obviously you can ignore this step. And even if it's under $100, that's cool, okay? But when I've actually shown this to people, people say, oh, well, can I graduate to that? Can I start at $10, right? And you can do, of course, you can do what you want. But the thing is that people have that mindset from paid ads. Because if you go and try and advertise against someone for a $10 paid ad, your auction price is cheaper. So people think they have to do that when they come over to this, but this is all free, okay? And you will find higher ticket products in your niche, guaranteed. Okay, there's going to be as many people searching for the high ticket products as there are the low. So you might as well set the game up to win, right? So, you know, this is what we recommend, $100 minimum profit. So you guys promoting Groove, if you are on the Groove, if you're in Groove Platinum, you're going to be getting $500. Actually, I think it's more now. I was getting $500 before. So $500, right? So Groove is a very, very good one. Just go and promote Groove because you're getting 5 times as much. And Groove is just growing at a rapid rate. So Groove is only just started, right? Groove is, I mean, I know Groove's a couple of years old, but really it's 18 months old, really, when they really started to build momentum. So this is the young days of Groove, and Groove still do a lifetime deal. No one else does it. So go and take advantage of that, because I'll show you some, you know, I'll show you a couple of things in a minute that I've been able to do. Okay, so again, we want to set the game up to win. So don't go and quit your jobs. If those of you who've got full-time jobs, I want you to kind of prove that this works before you go and quit jobs and things like that, especially with what we've been through, right? So set the game up to win. So 1 hour a day. So 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, or 1 hour before you go to bed, or 1 hour after work, right? Just choose when you want to do it. Okay, now this isn't an hour-long video. This is an hour from you creating, editing, uploading your video onto YouTube. Okay, and when I say editing, I mean literally put your slides together, go onto Zoom, and put them up on YouTube. That's it, right? That's kind of what I mean, right? And then add music if you want to on YouTube. Okay, 1 hour a day. Okay, then you want to post this. You want to do this for the next 30 days. So we're going to check in after 10 days and see where we're at. Right, so we want to what we want to do is we want to set a target to see what we've achieved. So after 10 days, we're going to check in, and you can set your target at anything you want, okay? But we recommend setting a goal of, say, 200 to $1,000 a day. Now, some of you are going to look at that and think that's unrealistic, Paul. Like, what you're talking about, this is crazy money, right? But set it where you're comfortable. But I've got a case study now where I'm going to show you how to do $1,000 a day with this, right? So, but what we do is we check in after 10 days. After 10 days, we're going to look and see where we're at, because once we hit it, right, we have options. We can leave it and it's going to sit there for as long as it's relevant, up to 5 years, making us this money on autopilot. This is set and forget, right? Or we can say, okay, we hit it after 10 days. Let's carry on for 30 days and double and treble it, right? We've got options. So that's why we want to go, because we want something as a benchmark, right? So I'll show you a case study of how you can potentially get to $1,000 a day and how we did as well, right? So you can see exactly how it breaks down. So here's how $1,000 a day breaks down. So first of all, obviously we tick the box $100 front end profit. You'll see all the products I promote here make me $100, right? The actual case study is for this one here, which was the one funnel away challenge, right? We put up 10 videos, okay, and then we check in, okay? And for this to work, we only want 2 clicks per video per day. Now, some of you are like looking at that thinking, am I doing some jiggery pokery, right? Because, you know, I get it, right? But the fact is that if you just get 2 clicks per video per day, don't forget, with all of these are ranked in front of buyers, right? And we've got the power of free. So we're scratching that itch that they need scratched, and they're already in a buying state, and we've gone for an abundance of traffic. So we're ranking for big keywords, right? So if you're not sure whether this is even possible, you happily go and check out my channel, Passive Income Ladder, and you will see, you know, that video I showed you earlier with 1,000 views, that's actually on the lower end. You know, we generally crush it. Okay, so 10 videos at 2 clicks a day, that's 20 clicks a day, right? So once we've got 10 videos all getting 2 clicks a day, okay, if we get around an average of 50% conversion, which we did with this, right, that's how we get to $1,000 a day. Because 50% conversion on 20 clicks is 10 sales, and that's why we set it at $100, because it can really start to stack up, right? Okay, so obviously, you know, take a screenshot of that if you want to, right? But here is the case study, right? So you can see here, I put up a listing. This is on Google, on YouTube. We had some listings, right? And you could see the first day we got a commission, right? The next day we didn't get a commission at all. And then it started to heat up really quickly, right? So in this 24-hour period, we got $900. So we ended up getting $1,100. Somebody even went and bought one of my products and we made $3,000 in just over 24 hours. Again, from just a handful of videos. And then we were making sales of this every single day. So you could kind of get like some of you, like, I think the penny's going to drop for some of you, right? But what I want you to do is imagine, like, if you hit it, right, you hit your $1,000 a day, right? And don't be afraid to set that. I know some people are, and I think it's woo-woo, right? But there's no reason you can't hit that, because you might not hit it on the first one or the second one, but let's say you hit it on the third one. Maybe you do hit it on the second one. But once you hit it, obviously that's set and forget. That's $365,000 a year, right? Potentially coming in. And if it's an affiliate product, you've got no tickets, no nothing. This is all, you can, you know, do what you want. Now, what would it mean for you? Like, we had somebody who wanted to get a book deal, right? They'd written to every single publisher, they couldn't get a book deal. And a book deal is actually effectively just an advance, right? They give you some money and say, yeah, go and research and write your book, right? But they couldn't get that. So she said, right, I'm going to get my own book deal. So she did this 10 to 30 days, $100. She hit her target, took 11 months off. Yeah. I remember I was going to internet marketing conferences, and before COVID hit, I was going to quite a few. I went to one just recently, like they were all shut down for a while, but I went to one and they had Ty Lopez there, okay, and he was a speaker, and he said that he would go and pick up one nugget, just like he would go to a whole marketing event, just looking for one nugget. And he said sometimes they didn't come from the speaker, there'll be the guy he sat next to or the girl he sat next to would give him one little thing, and he would do one a month, and he's now worth, you know, 100 million, right? So, you know, maybe you want to sit on a beach. Maybe that's all you want to do. You just want to have 11 months off going to all the hot countries, or sit on a beach with a drink in one hand and a laptop in the other, right? Or do what I do and just work like crazy, because I'm a bit mad, because I love it. I could actually retire tomorrow. The thing is that I do this because I know that I want to spread the word. I'm so, like, this is a thing that I know when people get hold of it and they get results of it, they give themselves a bit of a cheat code with it, and they can win. But I actually don't need to do it anymore. I could quit tomorrow, but, you know, like I say, I'm crazy. I love my job. I've got a dream job. I love it, right? So we'll have a quick recap. I'll have a sip of my drink. So we went through how I reduced all my marketing costs to zero, okay, by taking, you know, not putting ourselves on camera, using the power of Google and YouTube's algorithm to get on the front page of Google. So now that leads us to number two, obviously, how I now put all my products in front of red hot buyers immediately, because Google ranks YouTube straight away, how I'm easily able to outsell other vendors with these free ads. I don't know if I actually said this actually. That company that contacted me, he said that we were outselling them. He said, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell you this, but you're outselling us. He said to me, he said, where are you advertising? He said, we're advertising on Google, Facebook, YouTube. And I said, yeah, Google, YouTube. Just left it at that, right? But then I gave you my simple 5-step set and forget system. So you've got that, so you guys can take this to get results today. And those of you that are like, you know, have got value out of this, like, you know, I do hope you go and do that. So can you guys, I just want to get a gauge like, and see if I've delivered a value. Just, can you just put a 6 in the chat box if you feel like I've delivered value today and you feel like you've learned something new and that you are going to go today and start taking advantage of this, because that's my main goal really. Is like, honestly, if you've got value and you're pumped about this and you're going to get results, please put a 6 in the chat box. Let me know. Okay, it's got 6 from Wells, Burnell, Shroppel, Dustin, Curry, Kenz, Simon. Oh wow, these are literally blowing up. Lid Bombs put, I'm going to try. As Yoda said, Lid Bomb, there is no try, there is only do. You will do it, I promise you. Go and give it a go. Okay, tons and tons and tons of 6s. Thank you so much, guys. Right. So obviously at the start of this, put a 7 in the chat box if you would like. I've actually put something together, but I do need your permission, right? Now, if you feel like I've delivered value, I can see lots of 6s, and you would like to see what I have for you, then I put something together very, very exclusively. I've never done this with anyone else before, this specific thing that's going to take, you're going to be able to take what you've learned today and skyrocket. And like I say, we've got something that's not available anywhere else because Mike asked me to put something together for you guys. So yeah, I want to see a bunch of 7s. Someone's put Yoda. That was Sanderson. 7s, loads and loads of 7s. Okay, fab. Okay, excellent. Okay, so before I show you what we've got, right? Some of you guys might think, well, you can do it, Paul, but I can't. Like you're Superman or something weird, right? It just happens. People think, oh, well, you can do it. Maybe I can't, right? I'm no one special. Marcus is here now. If he was on here, he would tell you. I actually left school with 3 GCSEs. I was the first year. They were like D, E, and F or something like that. I got fired from my first 2 jobs. Marcus's mum actually sat down and wrote out a CV for me, right? And we kind of made up some grades so I could get a job, right? I was a black sheep of my family because I was bullied at school. Okay, I was kind of written off a little bit as a child, right? I'm pretty average intelligence. I know you might think, oh yeah, but I'm not. You know, I developed 19 years. The very first video I put on YouTube, right? Very first one I did, like with me to camera. I actually shared it with my audience a little while back, and I'm going, yeah, I'm on YouTube now. This was only a few years ago, right? I just got better with, you know, with a bit of practice. But I spent 19 years figuring this stuff out. Like I would have paid the gurus. I had a credit card. I didn't have a credit card because I didn't have one, but I would have taken out another credit card and literally put 50,000. Doesn't matter. Like I was broke, but I didn't care because obviously I knew the power of Google. So I would have paid it if someone would have just been prepared to show me, right? So right now, okay, you guys have got 2 advertising options. So obviously everybody here is in business. So everybody here needs traffic, right? Agreed? So right now you can kind of go about it one of 2 ways. Now, obviously the reason I wanted to highlight some of the problems with Facebook is because some of you guys are going to go away from this training and you're going to forget this and you're going to go and give it a go on Facebook and then you'll remember it, right? I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying like you will come up with some of those things, you know, you'll come under some of those things that I kind of went through, you'll come up against them and then you'll remember this, okay? But don't forget, like the chances of winning are not great at the moment, right? And now we've got the iOS 14 update. It's like people are like not loving Facebook at the moment, right? But you know, you can throw a lot of money at your marketing, okay? And obviously you're going to have a budget, okay? The second option is that you can allow me to show you how to get rid of all of your marketing costs, get them down to 0, place your products in front of red hot buyers immediately for free, and keep them on Google potentially for years to come, right? And then you'll never have to make a loss. This is protecting the downside, right? So I want to present to you guys the Affiliate Tube Success Academy. So before we do that, okay, we just want to diagnose if you're a perfect fit for this, okay, because this is not for everyone. So first of all, it's only a good fit for you if, one of the reasons why I put a lot of, my success stories with Google and my student success in this training is so that you can understand what getting to the top of Google. But if you do not think by putting any product at the front page of Google, where everybody searches for everything first, is going to have any value to your business, then this is not going to be a good fit for you, right? It's only going to be a good fit for you if you get that people only really want to consume video, okay? I always ask this, I haven't asked it, okay? Just by a matter of months, how many months ago was it you actually went and read a blog on Google? Okay, now sometimes people have, but generally speaking, we're not reading blogs anymore. We're always on video. This is, a lot of people say, like, I used to ask this, I don't ask it anymore, but people used to say to people like, what's the #1 streaming service? And people always say Netflix, right? Well, if you take TikTok, Facebook, and all the others, and YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Netflix, and all the other social medias, and then you put them next to YouTube, YouTube's way off the charts, right? So, well said today. Okay, so yeah, I mean, generally speaking, like, I'm not saying, blogs still good, they've got their place, but we are now generally consuming, like, the #1 thing we're consuming online is video, right? So it's only a good fit for you if you do not want to create infomercials, okay? Because this is YouTube, okay? This is free stuff people go to get entertained or educated. So we're not going to be doing Better Call Saul infomercials on YouTube in that way. We can do that for YouTube ads, and it works really well, but that's obviously not what this is, right? It's only a good fit for you if you want to save a fortune on ads and software. There are media buyers out there that want to spend a fortune. I think they're crazy, but if you're that sort of person, you'd rather spend your money and happy to lose it, then this is probably not for you. And it's only a good fit for you if you're not afraid to set some high goals to succeed. If you want to just make 20 bucks, probably not a good fit for you. And it's only a good fit for you if you need to eliminate your marketing costs altogether and you want to set the game up to win. Okay, so this is Rob. Rob said, Paul made various promises to me when I started working with him, one of which was to drive traffic to my business using free traffic on Google and YouTube. He over-delivered on all of his promises, and I was able to rank my videos fast on the first pages of both. If you're on the fence about working with Paul, then my advice is to take the leap of faith as I did, and you won't be disappointed. And I'll actually make this testimonial available for you in just a minute as well, right? So here's what we're going to be covering in the ATS Academy. So first of all, it's the copy and paste 24-hour ranking system. So this is the Academy, okay? This is a step-by-step process. You watch a video, you pause, you implement, you come back, you watch again, okay? So I actually developed this system working one-to-one with clients that were paying me $15,000 to $20,000 to work with me for 8 weeks. And I developed some resources and tracking. There's no upsells or anything like that. This is all included in the Academy. So I give you access to all of those. It's 100% plug and play, okay? So you literally come in as soon as you enroll and you're in and you start work, okay? And I make it super simple and easy to understand. Like, I know how to teach this stuff, right? Because I basically learn in the trenches. So I get commended, like, from people saying, oh, Paul, this is amazing, you do really well. Okay, so this is actually for sale in the marketplace right now for $3,997, just this alone, right? So I'll also give you my winning product finder formula. So this is going to help you hit it on the first or second or third instead of the 9th or 10th, because I had to learn quite a lot of stuff in the trenches, right? So this will save you hours of time, help you succeed out of the gate. We have weekly profit powerhouse training, so you get access to all of that. And we give you the profitable product blueprint, if I can say it. And then step 3 is the 50% conversion secrets. Okay, this is the power of free. So we're going to show you how to sell without selling, okay, in inverted commas, not a Better Call Saul. So this helps you claim authority. People see your image, click your ad, watch your video, and then they're clicking and they're through. Okay, we've got this down to a fine forensic art. So a forensic art, does that make sense? No, but I'll go with it. Okay, so this is going to show you how to get 50% conversion instead of 5, 10, 20%, right? So step 4, the Google ranking secret. So this is how we get on the front page of Google. Now, right now in the marketplace, it sounds arrogant, and I'm British and I don't like being like this, but I know for a fact that we're the top people doing this. Like, hardly anybody else on the planet's teaching this with any real success. Getting videos on the front page of Google, this is what you need. This is the course you want, right? So this will get you immediate rankings. We put up a handful of videos, you claim authority, and you get immediate rankings that stay there for any competitive product. It really doesn't matter what you want to go for. I'm going to show you in a moment how you can use this with Groove, right? So those of you who are Groove affiliates, don't forget you get, if you're in platinum, you get a second tier and all this funky stuff. So I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something that you won't believe, right? Considering how massive Groove is right now, you just won't believe. Okay, this is 100% white hat. Okay, we don't game Google. Google have got their arms open and they want us to do this. This is not, you're not going to come under any penalty slaps. We're not doing anything that puts us in a bad book with Google. Google's our best friend, right? And it's going to show you how to rank 1, 2, 3, and now 4 in this pack, right? And also we're going to show you our secret authorization formula so that you can, you get that new tag in 24 hours and then it drops. But if you don't apply something to the video, then it will drop, and we want it to stay there for up to 5 years. It's very, very simple, straightforward, but nobody does this, right? So this will give you solid apps for up to 5 years, not 24 hours. Okay, and it's a secret authorization formula that optimizes your videos for long-term success. Okay, so I'll quickly go through the stack. Now I know you guys have seen this and you think, oh yeah, people inflate these. I'm just going to go through the real world value on this because these are not inflated, right? This is how much this is for sale right now in the marketplace. Winning product finder formula. Don't forget, if you get $1,000 a day, just 2 clicks a video, 3 days, this will pay for itself. Okay, I don't actually train this separately, but this is real world value, right? 50% conversion. So if you go from 10 to 50%, again, if you're going for $1,000 a day, 1.5 days paid for itself, right? Secret to ranking YouTube to Google formula. Now I've put 4997, but really this is priceless because there are companies out there like big car manufacturers, things like that. If they knew they could get on the front page of Google, they would pay millions, 50 million, right? Without even blinking an eyelid. Most people can't get anywhere near the front page of Google anymore. This is why nobody pays attention to SEO because they don't even know this is available. So this is priceless, right? And then we'll give you the evergreen traffic secrets, which is where you're going to keep your videos for years to come instead of 24 hours, right? So real world value is 17,485. Okay, and again, if you think that's inflated, obviously 17 days at $1,000 a day. If you take that from 365, what's that? We'll say 340, 330. All of that's profit, right? Or every single day after that's profit. Yeah, pretty cool. So I actually don't work one-to-one with clients anymore because I'm all in with my students. So I had to switch off this service. But I've actually got a bank of people queuing up to work with me when I do. Okay, and they are happy to pay me 20 grand. Those who get the front page of Google are happy to pay me this, right? Because it's a no-brainer, right? And these are some of the shots of when I was actually doing this. So let's assume I was the CEO of Google, right? I'll just choose some names of people who are here. So if I said, hey, Alan, hey, Herbie, hey, Greg, hey, Lee, hey, Shaw, hey, Darby, you guys have got some really cool names, right? Okay, if I'm the CEO of Google, I've just phoned you up, okay? I'll tell you what, instead of doing cost per click, which is the only way you can advertise on Google right now, right? What I'll do is I'll allow you to have 4 listings, okay? So you're going to take up a very good portion of the page. 1, 2, 3, 4. Choose any product you want, okay? It doesn't really matter. And you can keep them there for up to 5 years. But not only that, I'll throw in the fact that you can do it for any other product you want in that 5-year period, right? But it's going to be a one-time price instead of cost per click. Put in the chat box, guys, how much would you pay for that? How much would you pay Google to get advertising for the next 5 years on the front page of Google in 4 positions with a billboard, which obviously that thumbnail is a billboard, right? Let's see what people have put. Okay, someone's put inflated values. Well, they're not inflated, I can promise you, but if you feel like that, that's fair enough. Priceless, Curry's put. So yeah, put in the chat box, guys. We're just waiting for them to come in. We've got a little bit of a slight delay on this, so we'll just wait for them to come in. Okay, if I had 100,000, don't know. Okay, so for some reason there's loads coming in. 10 grand, Marcus has put. So some people would put 5 grand, right? Some people 10, 25, 50 or more, right? There are literally car manufacturers out there, like I say, would pay millions, right? But the real question is, how much would you want to pay to get free targeted traffic to any product, right? And that's what this is, okay? So I know some of you guys have been sitting there waiting for the price, okay? So Mike asked me to do a special deal for you. So I'm not going to charge you 20,000, which is what I charge my students, right? I'm gonna do a very, very special deal. You guys can get started for just 1,997. Now, Mike said to me, can you go one better? And I was like, okay, cool. And he said, and can you put some bonuses together? So we're actually, for you guys on here right now, we're going to slash that in half. You can actually get started for 397. So that's one payment today of 397, one payment a month from today of 397, one payment 2 months from today for 397, or you can save yourself $200 and pay one payment of 997. And I'm going to include on the one-time payment, I'm going to include an exclusive fast action bonus that I've never made available anywhere ever. Okay, but it's only available on the 997. Okay, and it's worth it, I promise you, right? So if you want to get started, just head over now to tripfunnels.com/Mike. And I'm going to, I don't know if somebody's put that in the chat box. I might just put that in if somebody hasn't. So let me just see. Let's go to chat. Okay, so I'm just going to type this in, guys. http tripfunnels.com/Mike. Okay, so you should be able to see that in the chat box now. That's in there. Okay, fab. Okay, so I will be opening up for Q&A in just 2 seconds, guys. So any questions, I promise I'll get to all of them. And like I say, there's hundreds of questions in here. So if I don't get to answer you, you can actually open a ticket with Kevin and my team, and he will get back to you. But the fact is that, you know, I'm going to try and answer all of them. Most of the questions I usually get through because they're fairly similar. But, you know, I will open up for Q&A. I want to make sure that you guys are completely happy with everything. Okay, so before we do that, okay, here's some of my no-brainer bonuses. So the first one is that, remember when I showed you the power of free, and I said, if you give them a PDF or a guide, now the only thing I ever give away is this 24-hour ranking system. Now, this is basically a course made out of this webinar that you've just seen, right? So we have 4 modules, and in each one of the modules, we actually break down the course. Now, what we also do is we get, when you give this away, so it packages your bonus, it can actually 2 or 3x your front end profit, which is going to pay for the investment in this course today, right? So that's me like protecting the downside for you, okay? I'll show you how that course looks in just a sec. But the ninja bit about this is that I'm going to give you an affiliate link. So when you give this away as a bonus, people are going to be fired through your affiliate link. Now, when somebody signs up for this, 1 in 10 people, right, are going to upgrade to the academy. Okay, so you can give this away, and this is on average over all of our stats. So 1 in 10 people that actually get this course on average upgrade to the academy, because obviously you guys on this webinar, you'll see people see value and then they want to basically enroll in the academy. So this will make you money on the front end, but it'll also make you commission on the back end. And if you give away 10 of these free a week, this is potentially $20,000 side income, mailbox money, right? As Mike put it earlier. So I'll show you what this looks like, okay? So you can actually see, this is this webinar you've just watched. This is it, look, high conversions with the power of free, protecting the downside. This is all the stuff we've just gone through in this webinar, right? And you guys can give this away free to anybody you want, but we recommend giving it away as a bonus. And you'll see this is, look, get GrooveFunnels free light, no credit cards, lifetime access plus 24-hour Google ranking system, save 997. I'm going to log in. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to log into my Gmail, and I'm going to show you my commissions from Groove just today, right? So you can see how powerful this is, right? This, and I recommend putting this exactly word for word, plus free 24-hour Google ranking system, and then you put save 997, because when people see that they're getting a 997 course, they don't go anywhere else, right? And you know, we basically get a lot of signups based on this, right? And you can see that we get more than 1,000 views on most of our videos. This one here has had 3,600. Okay, only one person hasn't liked this video as well. So, you know, it just goes to show that, and all this is like basically a demo, right? But you can give this away. Okay, so that's my first no-brainer bonus. So if you were on the fence and you're thinking, oh, I don't know, that's the first bonus. Now that you can get that on either price point. Okay, so that's for 397 free payments. By the way, guys, if you're kind of thinking, do I accept PayPal? Yeah, we do. Okay, and if you go and sign up for PayPal credit, if you're in the States or in the UK, you get 6 months interest free. So you just have to select PayPal on the checkout, and then it will take you over to basically PayPal, and then you sign up for the credit, and then you basically can spread the payments over 6 months interest free on the 997, and you're going to unlock the exclusive extra bonus as well that we've got on top of these. So again, we don't normally make this available, but everyone who wants to get in from this webinar is going to get the 21-day challenge. Now, this people always say to me, like, how long does it take to get set up my first campaign? Okay, and we literally over my shoulder, I recorded this thing live, and you can sign up for it whenever you want. You can sign up. We recommend on a Monday, and you go through it, and we even give you weekends off with a little bit of homework, right? And it's literally like an hour a day, and then you have homework, and this gets you set up, and you can do other things in the rest of your time, right? So we sell this for $597 separately. I'm going to include that in here with you guys today as a no-brainer bonus, right? And then we've got another no-brainer bonus. Now, if you've seen like online courses and coaching programs, if you've seen people charging 5, 10,000, 15,000, right? And actually what they're doing is they're still giving you an online course, but what they're doing is they're hopping on calls with you every week and supporting you. That's the only difference, right? A lot of people don't tell you that, but that's what they're doing, right? So this is a $10,000 value. We have 2 calls every week, okay? You get unlimited access to this, okay? And also we give you a private community, and our people apps, we've got a thriving community. People absolutely love being inside of ATS. And we give you the recordings as well. So if you can't attend any of the trainings, then obviously you can watch them whenever you want, right? So this is a $10,000 value because this is what people charge for this, okay? And this is your fast action bonus, okay? Now, some of you guys who know me will know that I've never ever given this away. I've done this exclusively. Now I have built, I'm going to show you what this does, right? And this is super. This is, unfortunately, we can't make this available on the 3Pay. We're going to make this available on the 997, okay? Because when I actually go through this, you'll see how valuable this is. But this is actually for sale for 997 on its own, right? Or you can actually buy the funnels individually, right? And we've only got 25 of these, so you do need to act fast because obviously these are going to sell out really fast, right? So we have these magic funnels. Now, magic is probably a bit of a naff word, but I quite like it. But the fact is that these funnels generate traffic, because what you do is you create 10 videos. And in the case of the ecom funnel, you do 32 videos, but they only take about a couple of hours to create because they're only like 10 seconds just with slides, right? But with these videos, you drop your videos into the funnel and then it gets to work. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through what that does. Right now, you've got the magic affiliate funnel at the top here, right? But the funnel itself ranks videos at the top of YouTube. The way this works is when somebody lands on one of these videos, right? They're going to normally we would send them off to buy the product. So we change it. We change the link to get my free 10-part email course on, right? And this video now puts them to an opt-in, right? And this page here is super simple. It's just got an image and it just says, where shall I send your 10-part course? And then people don't give us a fake email address because obviously they want to get this training, right? So we embed these into these pages. And as people are coming through this, these videos get watched. This spikes Google and YouTube. Okay, and when you Google and YouTube notices that these videos are being watched, it moves them up a little bit on the search engine. And when it moves it up, you get more traffic, more opt-ins. Then more people come through, go up again. And then within a very short space of time, we've seen this go compound really fast, like within 4 to 6 weeks, your videos are just showing up everywhere, right? Which means you're getting an abundance of traffic coming in. So the funnel is generating traffic, right? So this ranks your videos all together, get omnipresence at the top of YouTube. But not only that, you get a highly engaged email list because Google, if you notice on Google, you've got Google Inbox and then you've got promotions tabs, right? And what happens is that people are pulling these out of the promotions tab and they're opening them every day. And people say we get such high open rates on these. And I think it was Donna Fox asked me, she said, what do you title all of your emails? And we just put day 1, day 2, day 3, because people are expecting them. So they don't give us that fake email that we all give, right? When we don't really want to give our real email because we're getting spammed all over the place. They give us the real email, but they also open the emails. And once they've opened 2 or 3 of these, our emails then constantly go to the inbox. And people get used to opening our emails as well. So it's a super valuable email list. And email marketing is the #1 asset you'll ever build in your business. Mike Filsaime actually coined this about 10 years ago, that every email on your list is worth a minimum of $1. Because my email list is super, you know, it's super, like very, very engaged. Every email subscriber on my list is worth $15 today, right now. So, you know, you can kind of see the value. And obviously it's going to sell your products. What happens is people go through 2 or 3 of these videos, they're building know, like, and trust with you, and then they go and buy the product. Okay, so it sells these on autopilot without ads, right? This thing here becomes a lead magnet. Okay, so instead of offering a free PDF or anything like that, we say, get my free 10-part course. Okay, so it's not something that nobody ever takes. They go through it. Okay, so they actually use it. Again, it shows all your videos up together. So people, you know, when, you know, I got to know Mike because I was showing up all over Google for Groove, right? So everybody at Groove was seeing my face when they were logging in. I feel quite sorry for them, but you know, that was what was happening. So you start getting all this omnipresence, right? And you start getting massive authority in any niche. Okay, your email list, even though, you know, it's way more valuable. If you go over to, you know, Facebook and you do cost per lead, you can get a lead for $10 in my niche, right? But quite a lot of those leads forget who you are, they unsubscribe, they don't, you know, because they've seen something, they've opted in, but people are going through and building a relationship. So you're building a highly engaged free email list, and then when people ask you what's your cost per lead, you just say 0, right? And it creates you as an ultimate authority really, really fast. I've managed to gain authority at being the guy who shows people how to rank YouTube videos on Google very, very fast, carve out like massive authority without spending hardly any money on ads. And you actually get a free retargeting campaign. We don't sell in these videos, by the way. When someone buys this product, we don't switch it off, because these videos are just building know, like, and trust. They're just offering value. Everything's got a soft call to action. So each one of these emails is like, you know, ready to go deeper or something like that. Nothing, you know, just, you know, we just want to obviously make sure that they know that there's a link. And then in these pages, again, there's a button that says, take it to the next level or get the product. Again, we don't even mention it in the video. So this is a very, very soft call to action. But again, people want to buy from people they trust. So when they build know, like, and trust, then they want the next step, right? It's natural. So we make sure that there's a link in 10 of these emails, 10 of these pages. So there's 20 calls to action. Keep them top of mind for 20 days. So 20 sale points, increases conversions. And this actually reduces refund requests by up to 200%. Because as people build a relationship with you, they know and remember why they've bought the product, instead of just seeing an ad, buying it, seeing something that they've bought a couple of days they don't really remember, then refunded, right? We've all done it, yeah? So, these are all built inside Groove. So these are one-click installed into your Groove account. You just import your funnel, just change out the text to match your product, right? So, you know, these are pre-built inside groove.com. So, you know, everyone here, I'm imagining, has a Groove account. If not, you can get one for free from groove.cm, right? But this is, you know, this is the actual price we sell this for. We don't do discounts or anything like that. You can buy them all for $997, or you can get them all for this price, but you're going to get them all with the Academy at $997. And again, I'm not making this up. I've never ever made this offer available ever before, and I'm not going to again. I'm doing this exclusively for Groove because I love Groove. Groove have done so much for me and helped me. I want to give back. So you guys can get this today. This is called Traffic Tube Secrets. We actually created a whole course where and each one of these funnels has every single step mapped out. So you go through the training and how to configure, and we've got here the magic self-liquidating offer funnel. So this one is where you basically, if you want to run ads to it to start with, right, you want to basically like $17 to $67 sell a front end product. You've seen those on Facebook, right? That's self-liquidate. So if you're getting $1 a click and 17 clicks per sale, it's self-liquidated, and everything else on the back end is free. Once this fires up all this and it's bringing in free traffic, you can turn this bit off. And then it's just basically giving you free traffic. We've got the magic application funnel. I developed my academy with this funnel, okay? This is basically the first funnel I ever created, and I created the magic affiliate funnel on the back end of that, right? We've got the e-commerce funnel. So if you're selling physical products with GrooveCart or anything else, doesn't matter, you use this funnel. This, you know, there are products out there that are getting 300,000 or 400,000 searches a month. I'll show you one in a minute. You plug that in here, you've got $1 million a year potentially business just from this funnel. Okay, so these, again, these are built only inside of Groove. So these one click installed into your Groove account. So obviously we give you the 24-hour ranking copy and paste system, the winning product finder formula, so that you can save yourself hours of time, 50% conversion secrets instead of 5-10%, ranking on the front page of Google and YouTube as well. You get YouTube as well, right? The top 2 search engines. Keep them there for years to come. I'm going to give you my course bonus, which is a 997 course, which you get to give away for free or as a bonus. And 1 sale a week is going to make you a back-end commission of $42,000 plus. Okay, we're going to give you the 21-day challenge, and we're going to give you the group coaching and private community access, unlimited access. And you're going to get if you go for the 997 option, you're going to get the fast action bonus, which is all 4 of my magic traffic funnels for 2,088. That is the entire package, real world value of 29,553. And if you think that's inflated, then I apologize, but like, you know, once you actually hit your $1,000 a day, that's obviously a no-brainer, right? So you guys can get started today for just $397. So we're going to open up in 2 minutes, 2 seconds for Q&A, right? But if you want to get started now, go to tripfunnels.com/Mike. Okay, save yourself $200 and get those magic funnels, right? If you go for the 397 option, okay, we will give you the magic affiliate funnel. Okay, that will be inside the ATS membership. If you go for the 997, you get basically this Traffic Tube Secrets membership, which has got all the funnels, right? And yeah, just go to tripfunnels.com/Mike. So a couple of last slides, and then I've got a case study video I want to show you, and then we'll open up to Q&A. So remember I said to you earlier, you know, that Google is now removing organic listings from the front page for certain things. And my ad manager said to me a few years ago, you know, that everything's going to be video. This is not the video tab, right? This is one page. You can actually see on this day, there was only 1 organic listing. Now that was not that long ago. And up until about 9 months ago, you never saw less than 10 websites ever. That was Google's standard, right? There was always, whatever else they put on there, they had 10 of these listings, websites, blogs, whatever. And they're now starting to change that, right? So, guys, let me ask you this question. Who thinks Groove is really, really competitive to market on YouTube? Put a 1 in the chat box if you think Groove is saturated on YouTube, okay? Because I want to show you something. Okay, and put a 2 if you don't think it's saturated on YouTube. So I don't want to lead you anywhere. I just want to see what you guys think. Okay, I see loads of questions. Loads of people are in. Fab. So, okay, 1s and 2s, guys. So 1 if you think it's saturated. 2 if you think it's not saturated. Was it that way around, or was it the other way around? I've forgotten. Okay, let's go with 1 if you think it's saturated. 2 if you think it's not saturated. Okay, so 1 if you think Google's saturated, 2 if you think it's not saturated. So lots of 2s actually. That surprised me. Not at all. Okay, so yeah, Harmut's put 1, but most people are putting 2 actually. That surprised me. Okay, Soden's put 1, Mooney's put 2, Mike's put 2. Okay, that's interesting because normally when I ask people this in my audience, a lot of people think it's actually saturated. Okay, so a few more 1s coming in. Okay, fab. Okay, so right, here we go. So I'm just going to show you something here, right? This is a plugin called vidIQ. It costs you $10 a month, right? You don't have to use it. It's just one that I like using because it gives you specific on YouTube stats, right? I put this in today. This is today, right? Now, you see, I put in Groove. These keywords all come up, right? GrooveFunnels demo, GrooveFunnels pricing. Actually, I think I put in GrooveFunnels, right? So these were the ones that are coming up. These are all the search volumes, right? GrooveFunnels gets 90,000 searches a month. So very hot and trending product. And look at the competition. Everything is low. The only one that's gone down to low instead of very low is GrooveFunnels demo, right? And what this means is you can go and create videos around all of this and clean up on YouTube right now, okay? So that last slide I showed you, right? You know, has GrooveZilla already been eaten up by the King Kong marketers? Not at all. This is wide open because Groove's still a young company. Now, this will eventually get saturated, but it's nowhere near even scratch the surface, right? Okay, and again, just to show you, I did this with 6 videos. I became the top 5 affiliate. In the last affiliate launch, if you want to go and look at the leaderboard, I have got a screenshot of it somewhere, but I couldn't find it today. I became 5th, right? I came 5th in the last leaderboard. I won a $1,300 Mac, right? MacBook Pro. I won that, right? So yeah, and I this was last year's stats. I got 6 figures from about 6 videos. And then because I was the first on Groove Digital Presents, my own, I was kind of all in with my own product, and I didn't have as much time to promote Groove for a little while. But yet this was still making me income. Now, actually, I want to show you something. I'm going to come out of here. Let's see if I can do this. Can I come out of here? Yeah. So let me just show you this, guys. Right? No. Oh, where was it? Okay, I've got to just go back here, and I want to go to. Okay, it was. There we go. This is today, right? So I'm going to show you this. This is 1 day ago, 17 hours, 16 hours, 15 hours. Look at these commissions coming in. Guys, I don't know if you've got, I'm hoping you can all see that, right? So, you know, 3 hours ago, 1 hour ago, these are just coming in all the time. So you kind of get the idea. This is what we're doing, right? And this is all the only way I'm doing it, not spending any money on ads. I now have an email list as well, so I do use that. But in all honesty, I don't really use my email list for affiliate marketing much anymore. I usually use it for my own products, right? So, you know, this is what we do. Okay, so you know, King Kong can go away, GrooveZilla wins, right? This is what all you need to do, right? Go and put up some videos using this system, and you'll crush it. Groove right now is I've got a deal that no one else has got, right? And they've had that for a while. But you know, $2,000 for Groove Platinum, you get over $500 in commission. I can't actually work out what 40% is. Let me just do that. $800, right? If you're on Groove Platinum, you're going to make $800 per sale for 40% commission, right? So that's 8 times what we recommend you set it up for. And just go and create demos, show people, you know, go and choose niches that nobody knows how to set up marketing, and go and show them how to use Groove. You'll be helping Mike like explode his business. He'll love you for it. Everyone wins, right? Or go and promote your own products. This is what we recommend. Like this one here, last quarter, $1 million. Okay. So if you remember at the start, I said to you guys, I was going to show you some listings. Now you can find e-commerce products like this with no videos. Now, it doesn't mean that Google's not going to put videos up there, right? Sometimes you won't see videos. It just means that Google doesn't know what to put there yet. We haven't told it, because this is wide open, right? I've only just started, you know, if you think of all the millions and billions of people on the planet, and we've got 6,000 people going for this at the moment, this hasn't even been touched, right? You know, in 2 or 3 years, this will be a blue ocean, because when everyone sees all the videos, everyone's like, some of you guys here will go, oh yeah, I remember what Paul Murphy said. I really wish I'd paid attention to that, right? And I don't want you to be that person that gets FOMO. I want you to obviously get in on this now, because, you know, obviously front page of Google with video, but you go and do this for e-commerce. There's honestly, there's hardly any competition for most of it with videos. So this one here, this is an example, Lazy Spa, which is inflatable hot tubs, right? They sell them all over the world. Now these things are ads, right? So this is just a static image. So you grab a few of these images, you put them together in a slideshow, you put a link to your store, okay? Now, how do you do this, okay? Now this is an interesting one, because most people are going to tell you, right, to do drop shipping. So what that means is you go and put up the videos, you go and put up a Groove Cart store or you know, order form, and then you basically take the order. Then you go and order it from Lazy Spa and get Lazy Spa to ship it direct to the customer. That's drop shipping, right? So you take the order first, you don't fill up a warehouse, you take the order first, then you go and order it from Lazy Spa, okay? I don't recommend doing that for 2 reasons, right? One, you've obviously got to compete with Lazy Spa, so you've got to inflate your prices. Inflate, I just realized that it's inflatable, but sorry, that made me laugh. You've obviously got to put your prices up so that you can make a profit, right? So you will still make loads of money because there's thousands of searches, but you're going to make less because people do shop around for physical products, right? Secondly, if you do drop shipping, it's you who gets the ticket. So if someone gets a puncher, or if their filter doesn't work or something like that, they're going to email you, not Lazy Spa, because you're the person they bought off. So you get all the headaches, right? And you've got to deal with refunds and, you know, returns and things like that. So instead of doing that, this is what I recommend, right? Go and put up a few of these videos, send the traffic to Lazy Spa, okay? And if you've got something you can track it with, like a Bitly link, get a Bitly link, track it, because Bitly gives you all the stats, right? Email Lazy Spa about a week or 2 weeks down the road with your screenshots of your listings and show them the tracking stats if you've got that, and say, by the way, I have all the listings for your product on the front page of Google. I've been sending you all this traffic. Do you want to keep that traffic? Do you want to talk about keeping it? Here's my number, here's my email, whatever, right? And they'll get back to you, right? Guaranteed, because they're going to be like, whoa, what's happening here? And somebody might email you and say, what do you mean? Like, are you going to take this away? Are you going to... So, and then you just say, look, yeah, I just wanted to know if you wanted to keep the traffic or whether I would give it to one of your competitors. That's up to you, like, obviously. And then they'll say, well, what do you want? And say, all I want is you to make me an affiliate, right? And a lot of these physical products will actually have affiliate schemes. They just don't make it available to the public. And not only that, they don't just want anybody. But if you've got front page of Google, if they haven't got affiliate scheme, they'll set one up. It's super easy, right? And then they'll pay you. If you go and promote stuff on Amazon, right, you're gonna get 3%. They'll pay you 10%, right? And you don't have to undercut them. And you don't have to deal with tickets. You don't have to deal with refunds. And this potentially, I can't guarantee anything, obviously, but this potentially is $1 million a year. Now, this actually, when I put this screenshot up a couple of weeks ago, it didn't have any listings. This now has about 3 listings, but all these listings are, if you go and Google it, are lazy spa, because Google's now looking to put videos up, right? And it's just lazy spas, you know, showing you how to change a filter or something like that. You can easily outrank that. Super easy. You just create a little bit more authority around this with some videos and take over some of these listings. 246,000 searches per month, and you don't even have to undercut lazy spa or deal with refunds. All you've got to do is send them the traffic for a week or two and then let them know. And you can actually send it to a competitor. You know, the fact is that you're ranking for lazy spa. All you've got to do is say, like lazy spa, you know, change the wording a little bit. Doesn't matter. Okay. So, you know, and all you need for this is some images of people enjoying themselves in a hot tub, right? And a link to your store, to the actual product on your store. That's it. Pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, that's on me. You can go and grab that, right? So, you know, again, a handful of videos is all it takes to take over some of these big, large keywords, terms. Become the top 10 affiliate without ads. There's no other way to do it on the planet. Like, there isn't, right? You can't become the top 10 affiliate for some of the leading brands without spending money on ads. Like, I know of no other way, right? It just doesn't exist, right? And then you can come and join our community, and, you know, hopefully you'll be posting testimonials like this on this is stuff that comes in on our website, right? This is the success stories we get. So I've got a video now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can play. We did upload it into into GoToWebinar. Got Groove on the mind. So we have got it in here, but I don't know if we can play it. So we'll give it a go. So I don't actually know which button I'm supposed to press for it though. I don't know if Joe, let me see. I'll see if I can find it. If I can't, then I might have to just play it on my laptop. I don't know, what's that one? No, that's not it.
It could be in there. Can't find it in there.
Yeah, do you know where I go to, Joe?
I'm not sure exactly. Simone set it up for me, so I don't know if she's still on.
Okay. Let's have a look. We'll have a quick look. Oh, hang on, what's this? Show my screen, just a window. No, that's not it. Groove 2021. It's not that, is it? Oh, that's Keynote. Okay, so let's see what settings. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do, guys. Because yeah, I'll turn up my laptop and I'll just play it. And if we get a replay out, guys, I'll clip in the actual video so it's a bit more clearer. But this is just a bit of fun. You'll see the kind of responses. So I'm just going to turn this right up, and you should be able to hear it, right? So here we go. And it's not going to play because it always. Okay. Toolkit. Also, I'm number 2 on the carousel. Hey, James Schaefer here. I just want to make a quick video for Paul Murphy's ATS, Affiliate Tube Success Academy, and the 21-day challenge. I'm a pilot by trade, and in fact, I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale, about to head down to Costa Rica, and so
So I'm on the go all the time. And one of the best things about the Academy is you can access it from anywhere. The play going over here. All right, you can access it from anywhere. And so whether I'm in Fort Lauderdale or Texas or in Costa Rica, as long as I have internet access, I can actually create videos and put those together and add those. I've got multiple businesses, from a vending business to e-commerce through FBA, Amazon FBA, and his academy is incredible to help you break the code on YouTube ads and Google. You get on the first page of YouTube and Google.
I'm here to give a huge shout out to Paul Murphy. Paul is freaking amazing. I've been in this ATS program for maybe, I don't know, 6 months now. I just went to the 21 Days Challenge with Paul. And let me tell you, there's very few teachers on this planet that have the heart as big as Paul's. His teachings are very unique. The methodology and the strategy which he applies are amazing.
3 of my videos, 1, 2, 3, in the carousel, right? on the short tail, not the long tail, on the short tail. This stuff really, really works.
Really appreciate, and also the mastermind group. Like, there's so many of us in the group as well, and like people have been doing it every day since Monday, and like putting their videos up, and they've been going into the carousel.
Paul's a pretty stand-up guy, straightforward. Doesn't no hype and fluff with them. He'll teach you what you need to know and help you to get the results you want. So what he will show you is how to rank products on Google, and not just for the sake of being out there and getting lots of views, but to find actual buyers that are interested in the products that you have.
I managed to create videos that started ranking. And I've been creating videos since 2009. And I'm 58 years old. So if I, a 58-year-old guy, can follow Paul Murphy's instructions, which are very simple, then I'm sure that everyone else can also do it.
No matter who you're following, your teacher is, I can absolutely share with you that Paul is going to is going to give you that turbocharged boost, if you will. So Paul has my highest recommendation, join ATS.
But more importantly, be part of the academy, because that also gives you access to Paul each week. The guy is humble but incredibly knowledgeable, and really has a heart to help people overcome obstacles and get their videos ranked and get their products sold and local businesses, whether it's on first page of Google and YouTube. Every business needs traffic. And so by using the methods that he has discovered and perfected, you can do just that. So I cannot say enough about it. The guy has given so much to so many of the students. He really does care about your success.
I'm number 2 on the carousel. Paul, you did. I can't believe it. That is actually my face.
That's our wonderful Lee. So yeah, we'll turn that down a little bit now. It's just a bit too loud. Cool. Okay, so that is it, guys. So we'll open up to Q&A now. And yeah, I'll just bring out the chat box again. And yeah, give me a shout if you guys are in. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who's got in so far. So congratulations. Can't wait to work with you guys. So let me bring out the questions. Here we go. Okay, so please copy and paste your questions and I'll go through them from the end. Otherwise, I'll have to scroll back miles, right? Because there's so much. Okay, so do you have to talk on your videos, or can you just have words with background? Do you mean like you can have text up on the screen? Yeah, so you can do various types of videos. What we recommend, Colleen, is whatever type of video you're creating, see what's vibing with your audience on YouTube. So with that specific niche, go and see what that niche is doing, and then make sure that you make videos the same way that that niche is. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to put yourself on camera, then obviously just choose a niche where that you don't need to do that, right? You know, there's like thousands obviously where you can do that. But if you do want to put yourself on camera, then obviously certain niches, it's going to work better for you to be on camera. So, you know, sort of personal brand channels, things like that, digital marketing, demos and things like that work really well if you want to go on camera. So, so yes, you can make various types of videos. We used to use a software called Vidnami, And now we've got something different that's like kind of super easy. But basically, you can do, there's like software, like some of you guys would have seen some training in the last couple of weeks where you can do these videos where you make robot voices. So it work really, really well with those, right? So those of you who've got that. But you can just do text on the screen with music. And sometimes I actually prefer those, you know, because they're super easy. Sometimes, again, you can just have top 10 lists, like that one I showed you earlier, where it was simple and natural ways to avoid pimples. They didn't bother writing a script, right? They just had list 1 to 10. So you can do that, right? So, you know, various ways you can do. What we recommend is obviously just seeing what your competition's doing and, you know, modeling really, and you can make various types of videos. Can everyone see my screen? Someone said they can't see my screen, so just making sure that everyone can see. I can see it in the thing. So I need a lot of direction. How good is your support system? So I mean, you haven't been through the training yet, so you may or may not need a lot of direction. But the fact is that we have 2 live calls every single week. Okay, so we have one exclusively for Academy members only on a Thursday. And I stay on those calls as long as you need to ask me something. So whatever it is, you want me to look at your channel, it doesn't really matter what it is. If you need that support, we have that for you once a week on the live call with me, because obviously it's my course. So I obviously support you every single week. You also have access to a Facebook group where you can connect with others and get support faster. So if you need stuff where you want to ask the community, there's a lot of people out there getting results and will help you inside of our Facebook group. So you can ask inside the Facebook group. And you know, that's the way you get support. We do have Kevin for technical support. So if you've got anything, you know, like login details or anything like that, or a billing issue, then you hit up Kevin in our technical support. So we've got you covered kind of at all angles. Let me just open this up a bit more, make it a bit bigger. Just want to make sure I can see everybody's questions. Okay, so are you saying go to a niche that is not software or digital marketing to market Groove? Yeah, you could do. Yeah, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying that, you know, quite often you'll find that an example. I'll give you an example here, Wells. Right. So, say for instance, a dentist wants to get more traffic, right? And they've got a website and it's not doing very well, or they want to get more people in the door, and what they really need is a funnel, right? So instead of say you know, showing they're going to be looking for marketing solutions online, right? How can I get more people into my dentist practice? That would be one keyword that they'll be searching for, right? You know, and in fact, a lot of brick and mortar businesses right now are doing that. After COVID, a lot of brick and mortar businesses are struggling, and they want people inside, you know, their businesses, because a lot of them have been shut, right? Especially restaurants and bars and things like that. So what you want to do is, yeah, you go and find the problem, go and diagnose the problem, and then you want to show them how a funnel is going to get people in. You know, for instance, for a restaurant, maybe you'll build a funnel that, you know, they can basically book a table, right? So they come to the front page, choose their table, book a table, and they're in. Instead of a website where they get lost, they can get, you know, you could be a funnel. And it's just basically, you know, finding out what tool that you've got inside your Groove account and going and serving a niche that's never even heard of Groove. Like if you went around all the restaurants inside your own town and said, have you heard of Groove or any of the leading softwares out there? They wouldn't have heard of it, right? Because that's not what they do. They're basically a restaurant. They're serving food, but they all need a funnel. They all need a landing page instead of a website, because a funnel is going to direct people in the right place and going to help them with their business. So there's going to be tools inside of Groove that you're going to be able to serve to those niches. So you could do, you know, I mean, I wouldn't spend hours thinking about it. So I would just choose a niche and go and find out the problems that they need that you can solve with Groove. Then you're going to be like bringing lots more customers to Groove, right? So yeah, so I'm not saying you have to do that. You could just go and do what everyone else does and do GrooveFunnels demos and reviews and things like that. That works as well, because people are searching for that. But if you've heard of the book by Eugene Schwartz, Breakthrough Advertising, right? There's different stages of awareness that people are in when they need to solve a problem. Now, when you go and put up Groove demos and things like that, this is product aware. People already know about the product. They just want to see a side-by-side review or something like that. It's really powerful. It does really well. But this is more of the low-hanging fruit. You can actually open up a lot more fruit by going a bit higher up in the funnel, right? So you can go and, you know, how do I bring more business to my, how do I create a landing page in under 10 minutes? You know, things like that. And then you go, right, here's Groove. One of the first demos I did with Groove was because Groove had these blocks, right? So I basically built a whole website using just blocks with the wireframe blocks and stuff like that in a couple of minutes. And I did that and that crushed it. Like people were signing up like crazy from that because people were like, whoa, this is incredible. And, you know, I just focused in on all the factors, like most people are searching on their phones and tablets. Well, these wireframe blocks are all responsive, right? They're already considered all that. When you go and build a website, you've got to, you know, you've got to go and make sure you've checked it on desktop, mobile. When you use the wireframe blocks, that's all been done. And I just focused in on that and people went crazy, right? So yeah, you know, it's basically just diagnose the problem, go and serve the people, show them what they can, and then they'll, you know, then you're going to get a sale. So yeah. McLeod's put great stuff, Paul. Thank you so much. Mayers is in. Woohoo! Congratulations, Mayers. Can't wait to work for you. What if I want to use this in real estate? We own a brokerage. How will that work? Also, how often is the program updated? Okay, so I mean, obviously, what you would need to do is just do some keyword research around real estate. It works really well for local business. So if you're trying to rank for real estate in local business, okay, what happens is as well is that people, when they search for something locally, right, people don't put in real estate or whatever it is, or houses to buy or whatever, in Brighton, East Sussex, England, UK, the world, right? They don't put that. They'll put in houses to buy near me. And what Google does is that when we optimize the video with all the different areas, and then Google knows to rank for your video near you. So you would put in those like, you know, the town, area, city, and then all they have to put in is near me, right? So how often is the program updated? Well, it's updated every single week because we have live calls every week. So we carry on updating it. And then if something needs to change inside the training, it's an evergreen product. This is my flagship training. So this is not something that I created, you know, in the last 18 months, it's been updated like umpteen times. I'm always updating it because things do change a little bit. So we want to obviously keep you up to date with everything. Awesome information. For this to be win-win, are we all trying to get on the first page of Google? Does that mean we'll be fighting for first position on Google? Okay, so David, right, if you are going for the low-hanging fruit, so say everybody's trying to rank for GrooveFunnels review, right? Yes, there's going to be so many spots for that, right? But don't forget, that's low-hanging fruit, right? And you will rank for that, but you also want to be ranking for the problems and the reasons why people need that product. Okay, if you start ranking for the problems, nobody would have created a video probably for that problem in most cases, and that's usually got a lot more searchable traffic. So we want to rank for the reasons, the problems, and then, you know, then we attach the low-hanging fruit as well, because we want to get people that are product aware and they're ready to go as well. So we tie that all in together. So every single one of my students could basically go and generate like millions of dollars of business for Groove and never even scratch the surface, because there's so many different ways that we can go and market for any reason, product or solution, right? So everything's searched for on the front page of Google. 70% of all searches on the front page of Google, so everything is searched for. So yeah, have an abundance mindset when it comes to traffic, because you'll find something that's going to lead to a sale. So yes, admittedly, GrooveFunnels review on the front page of Google might be sewn up right now, right? Doesn't mean you can't overtake, because most of those people, some of them have learned from me, right? But most of them haven't, and you can basically build the authority to claim that anyway, right? But that isn't where I would start. I would start by serving problems and solutions, because you'll make a lot more money.
Hey, Paul.
Marion's in.
Paul, can you check? There's a doc with some questions in our group on Skype. If you want to see some of the questions to answer as well.
I can't really see the Skype thing while I'm on here though, because I don't have two monitors.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can read them off to you if you like.
I'll keep going through these questions anyway. I mean, if I don't answer the questions, guys, obviously please feel free to hit me up. On the checkout form at the top, there is a link to our email. That's support@tripfunnels.com, And then on the right-hand side, you've also got, sorry, on the bottom left-hand, right-hand corner, there's a help desk as well. You can do either or, it goes to the same spot. So if I do miss your question, I mean, I'll keep going through these guys, but if I miss your question, if I haven't got to you, then please, yeah, just hit me up. How long?
Before you continue, this is Simone. It's been an amazing presentation.
Thank you.
The one question that seems to come up a lot, does it work for X industry? And we're getting asked about financial services, churches, products, affiliate marketing, doctors, lawyers, and real estate. So maybe you can cover them all in one answer.
Yes, the answer is yes. Basically, anything that's searched for on Google, you can place a video there, right? So it really doesn't matter. Like, I mean, if you remember earlier in the presentation, I said, does it work for XXS? The answer is always yes. So, you know, it doesn't matter, even if you like, because it's free traffic and everything's searched for, you can create a listing, because Google's not looking just for commerce, right? It's not just going, oh, I'll only place a video there if it's going to lead to a sale. Google's not thinking about it like that. Google's just trying to serve its audience. So if you turn a video from that listing into a video format, you're going to get in front of people on the front page of Google. And it may well be that you're not even creating a video with a sale intended. Like, you know, we've helped people with, like, you know, I think I heard you say churches, right? So yeah, churches is great because, you know, people like can obviously advertise their church, and you just need to identify what people are searching for, right? You know, the keyword might be where is my local Sunday service or something like that. And then you put a video up and then you get people to your church. Could be anything, but at the end of the day, everything is searched for on Google first. So we just need to identify, using the keyword tool, what's being searched for and create a video and lead them to our product. So the answer is yes on everything, 100%.
Perfect, okay. Thank you. Some of the other questions are time related, like, you know, if people can't make it to the trainings, what happens? What's the least amount of time they can spend before actually generating some income? So around time is a big question.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we hold our weekly calls. You know, we hold them, we do mix up the times a bit, but we generally hold them at a certain time on a Thursday, which is 5 p.m. BST, 12 noon Eastern time. Now, if you cannot attend that, okay, you can submit a question and we'll answer it. Now, the other thing as well is that what we'll do is we put the recording up. Within 7 days, it goes up, but you actually get sent a replay automatically by the webinar platform 6 hours after. So as long as you're registered, you get that replay sent to you. So if you can't attend, you can watch that replay. And if you've submitted a question, I will answer it for you on the call. So it doesn't matter if you can attend or not. If you've got some questions or some stuff that you want me to look at, if you want me to look at your channel, we can do that as well. So, you know, definitely that can be done. And the other question I think you said there was, how long does it take to start getting results? Well, obviously you can put up a video like I did on Christmas Eve 2019 and you can get a commission in 20 minutes, right? That's possible because all you need is a video to do that. But what we do recommend is going through the 21-day challenge, because that will get your entire first campaign set up the way I do it, over my shoulder. So you can literally copy me, do the homework. So if you want to go through and do it and set everything up the way I do it, then yeah, then you'll get your first campaign set up in 21 days and you can start, you know, potentially you could start making money. You know, we're going to show you how to rank and we're going to show you how to create the videos. So, you know, you just have to go through the system and, you know, put your videos up and then you can start making money. We can't give you an exact time frame because I'm not you. I've never, you know, do you see what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to make false claims or promises on how long you're going to definitely make money with this. But this system's going to show you how to get to the top of Google, and we're going to show you how to turn those listings into money, right? So we're going to show you exactly how to do that. So yeah. Someone's put here, how long is this offer up? Do I have a couple of hours to decide? That was LaRock. Yeah, okay. So the 25 listing, the 25 that we've got for the 997 offer for the magic funnels, okay, obviously if they're still available when you go in, you'll be able to get one of those, right? But I'm imagining they will sell out relatively fast. But yeah, the other bonuses will be available, and we will have a replay as well that will be coming out tomorrow. So you will be able to get in on those other bonuses. Now, normally we shut them after the webinar, but I know how like Mike and Joe's and the team like to do this. So we will. I have agreed to extend the bonuses for, you know, and whilst you've got a chance to watch the replay, because I know some people won't have been able to see this today. So yeah, You will be able to get those. What do you recommend for a budget to run your ads? So I don't understand what you mean, because this is free traffic, so you don't need to spend any money to run ads like these ads. We call them free ads, right? But this is organic YouTube videos, so we don't spend a penny on these. So not quite sure, like maybe you could just elaborate on that, Quinn. Does the product finder work for all niches? Well, we basically just take you through the headaches that we went through, right? So you can, yes, it kind of, it's an overview of like how you kind of, some of the traps you need to avoid when you're setting this up. How do you rank this? I'm going to go sort of quick, fast, because we've got so many questions, and I'll try not to answer the same question twice. Yeah, so how do you rank this technique versus native YouTube ads? So this is completely separate from YouTube ads, right? YouTube ads is a paid, like it's a paid service, and it's a lot harder to get approved and things like that, because you have to go into the ad side of things. This is organic traffic, so you can actually use this for stuff that you can't actually run ads with. One example is CBD, right? We've got somebody crushing it with CBD, so you can use it for, there's certain things that you can't run ads with and you can with this. And the thing is with this is that you will crush it with this, because obviously you've got no competition, because the people can't run ads, right? So yeah. What are my thoughts about creating 2 competing YouTube channels to promote a single or complementary product and rank for both channels? I think you could do. I mean, I think you're probably overcomplicating it, because there's no reason for you to necessarily need to do that. So it's not something I've ever thought of doing. So I'm not quite sure why you would want to do that, but if you want to do it, I suppose you could, yeah. Yeah, I think what you're probably getting at there, Marks, is that you're saying, well, if they're going to go to one or the other and they're going to choose one, that it's both going to be with you, right? I think that's what you mean. So yeah, you could do that. That's a good one, actually. I've not really thought about that, but yeah, you could do. Can we create separate YouTube channel from this from our branded channel? Yes, absolutely, 100%. What other expenses, i.e. software to create videos? Okay, so there's no, I mean, obviously you can create videos for free. You can use editing softwares. There is some free ones out there. There's some paid ones. I use ScreenFlow, which is about $150. You can use Camtasia, Final Cut Pro. They all come at different prices, but you don't need any money to get started to make money. But obviously you can upgrade as you go along. Like for instance, this microphone, I used to use the one inside my, in fact, that first Groove one I did, I actually just had my laptop. I didn't even have my mic with me, and I didn't have a decent camera. So I just screen shared the landing page of Groove, right? So it was just mic. It was just, I just screen shared that and just spoke over the top. So you can get it. Audio, if you're going to do audio, I'd recommend getting a mic at some point, because audio's, you know, is king really on YouTube. Like as long as people can hear you and see you. This one's $100 or $80. It's called Blue Yeti. It's really good. I've had it for 3 or 4 years, and I won't consider anything else because it's just brilliant. You know, and you could, you know, I got this C920 Logitech camera instead of the one in my Mac. That was 80 quid, I think, £80, so $100. It's not essential, but again, you can upgrade as you go. So there are other expenses depending on how far you want to go, but you don't, it's not essential. You can get started for free. Do you have any type of guarantee? Good question. So yeah, of course. Right. So we guarantee that this system works, but because we've come under fire with Stripe and PayPal and all these sort of things, like with these things happening, right? What we do now is we have an action-based guarantee. So what that means is that I guarantee this works, but if you're somebody who's going to come in, rinse through a couple of videos and not take action, then it's not going to work, right? You're not going to get results. So if you put up 10 videos and you can't even rank just one of them, then obviously I don't deserve your money. I will give you a full refund. I'll write you a check for $100 for wasting your time. So, you know, we've never had to cash that in because, and, you know, people love being inside the system. They get results with it. But obviously you're just hearing me say that. But the fact is that people absolutely love being in our academy. But the fact is that you know, I do not want to rip anyone off. I'm not like weird or anything like that. If you can't get results of this, I don't deserve your money. So, you know, but you need to put up 10 videos and you need to give us a chance to help you as well, because you might have made a couple of mistakes. But if it, you know, if it doesn't rank, it doesn't rank for your niche. If you've found that one niche out there that Google will not place videos, then of course, you know, we don't deserve your money. So yeah, we will give, that's a 30-day guarantee, 100%. Okay. But again, we don't, we won't support refund junkies. So again, you've got to come in and take action, guys, because like, obviously, you know, that's, watching videos doesn't get you results. Coming in and, you know, getting the job done will get you the results you need. Are we in the academy with this purchase? Yeah, you're in the academy. This is the ATS Academy. Yeah. Okay. Now, a lot of people say, does it work for ecom and all this stuff? Now, I think sometimes it's because the name is Affiliate Tube Success Academy. So I just want to clarify, I developed this system as an affiliate, but we do cover, you know, for ecom, agencies, anything, you know, we've got all that training covered inside of there. So if I was going to rename this now, I probably wouldn't call it Affiliate Tube Success Academy, because it's basically getting anything on the front page of Google. But yeah, we developed it originally as an affiliate, so that's why it was called that. Larox just put, never mind, I'll just sign up, lol. Okay. What time of the week we call? So they're 5 p.m. BST, 12 noon Eastern time on a Tuesday and Thursday. But you can obviously submit a question if you can't make it. We will receive a replay. Yes, you will. Fast action bonus is actually a full action bonus, lol, so Pill's put. Thanks for the clear explanation. Okay, so a lot of this stuff I'm just going to go very quickly, and then we're going to wrap this up, because obviously I respect your guys' time, I respect guys at Groove, and obviously the replay is going to be too long otherwise. So we do want to wrap it up. So I'm going to do quick fire here. Yes, we do offer an affiliate program. You get 40% commission. You get, as of the 1st of October, you get 10% second tier as well. We've not had that in there before. We've just put that in. And that's people can sign up from our affiliate program and get 20% commission. But you guys, as you're inside of ATS Academy and you're now inside of Traffic Tube Secrets, you get 40% commission for both, and you get a 10% second tier for ATS Academy. We don't have a second tier on Traffic Tube Secrets yet. We're not sure whether we're doing that, but we 40% commission on each you get, and obviously you give away the 24-hour ranking system, and when people upgrade, you're getting 40% commission of all the payments. So whether it's free pay or full pay, you get 40% on all of them. Do you build backlinks to YouTube videos? Not really, no. I mean, you can do. You can. I mean, obviously, you can post your videos on blogs and things like that. We do post our videos on social media and things like that, but not in the way I think you're thinking, Kelvin. But we do, yeah, we do. I mean, the answer is yes, but generally speaking, we build authority, and we do that through the ATS system. So I suppose backlinks would be like posting your videos in certain places. In that cases, we do, but we don't post links to our videos on YouTube. No, we don't game Google. We don't buy any of these systems because they harm your channel, right? A lot of people don't realize this, but you know, if you go and get like 100 backlinks or something from somewhere else, Google will stop ranking your videos, but they won't tell you. They used to have all these strike systems. They still have them, but they have them for much more severe things now, but they won't actually rank your videos. Okay. Should one post more than one? Good question. More than one video per day for each product. So when you start a brand new channel, you want to post, you can post up a handful of videos on a brand new channel, and then you never want to post more than one video a day on any channel ever, right? And the reason for this is that you will get subscribers, right? And this will upset your subscribers because they'll think you're spamming them, because they'll just be notified all over the place, and people will unsubscribe from your channel. And also, it's not natural. Google likes to see about one video per day maximum. Okay, so that's what we recommend. You can obviously defy that. Google will let you post, I think, 5 videos a day, but I don't recommend it. Okay. How do you find the most common search term in Google YouTube? We show you how to do that in the academy. Yeah. 21 days seems long. Okay, yeah, I mean, obviously you can do that smart, or you can obviously go and set up a Facebook campaign and obviously pay, and you're probably going to take about the same time. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you have to do it for 21 days. It's just that's how you're going to set up your first successful campaign. Then you'll know how all the intricacies work, and then you can just kind of do it as you go. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, I think it's quite good fun actually. People absolutely love the 21-day challenge. So yeah, I mean, if that's what you feel, fair enough. You know, in all honesty, if you want to get ads for 5 years for 21 days work, and you think that's too long, yeah, it's probably not going to be for you, in all honesty. The challenge is, you can start the challenge straight away, but we recommend a Monday because we tie it in with weekends. So you can start it today and you can go through the whole thing today if you want, but we don't recommend that, obviously. We recommend doing it as it's laid out. Okay, that is it for all the questions, guys. So if I have missed your question, obviously open a ticket with our support desk. You can open one, support@tripfunnels.com, and that will go through to Kevin and my support team. We will get back to you in 24 hours. Okay, now it's Saturday tomorrow, but we are going to do a little bit of, we normally have weekends off, but because it's Saturday tomorrow and we're on Groove here, we've decided we're going to do some work tomorrow morning. So we're going to get back to you all in the morning, and obviously we'll get the replay and everything done. So I don't know if anybody else wants to chip in there and wind up, but I don't know if Mike's still there. I mean, I think Mike might have gone somewhere. So
hey, Paul. Can you see me, Paul?
I can't, no.
Well, I'm on the screen, I believe. Unless you're just showing your video.
I can see you. I can see my slide, but I can't see you.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike got on or not. I don't know if he's still got connection. I know I got cut off a few times, but I just want to say, okay, awesome training. You gave more than they expected, probably. I mean, I think it was fascinating. Guys, Paul is our top affiliate for a reason, and it all started with this, and that's why I contacted him. What was it, about a year and a half ago that I contacted you? So
yeah,
and then he showed everything that he was doing. Now it's getting to the point where some of his students are doing better than Paul. So
yeah, right.
He did a good job then, but he's helping other people succeed. So it's awesome job. And we want to respect your time, Paul. We want to respect the Groove members and everybody that came. If anybody has questions, like you said, it was the support@tripfunnels.com, right?
Yeah.
And we will be sending out the video. Hopefully this is recorded and we'll get it over. Oh, there's Mike now.
Hey there, guys.
Hey, man.
Get my AirPods in here. How are you? All right, good job.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, let me switch my sound. Let's see if I can hear. Say something.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. Awesome, yeah. Awesome. Paul, marathon. I was sending screenshots in the Skype group on how many people you had and how you were keeping attention there. Really good. Very good reactions. Blown up the chat. People stuck around for Q&A only because you stuck around to answer every single question. I see you stepped up your game there with the bonuses, which took about a half hour to explain everything that we're getting. The complete complete mapped out funnels and everything in Funnelytics. It's really becoming more and more of a done for you solution. And it's man, it's such a great thing for somebody just starting out. They don't have to start saying, hey, what do I need to budget for advertising? There was no talk about that. It's not about creating a product. You showed there's a wealth of products out there. Thank you for including Groove in there, and obviously that's a great opportunity. But man, there's any different affiliate program out there. There's ClickBank, there's JVZoo, there's Warrior Plus, there's just and all those marketplaces score products based on conversion. So you just go and you say, hey, I need something for acne. I need something for natural weight loss or keto or whatever it is, and you create a video with the entire templates that you said, and you get the results. The only thing people got to do is they got to put a little bit of work in. I think what's interesting is you're not teaching any concept that is like, I don't really understand this. I'll go in with blind faith. It's everybody understands there's somebody else with a product. They understand an affiliate program. They understand traffic. They understand YouTube. They're on YouTube. So it's like, oh, okay. So I just rank for those keywords, and then yes, it's the world's second largest search engine. And I also like to point out what you do. It's also the world's largest search engine, the world's largest search engine in first place too, because when they type into Google, the videos also show up in the top position in Google. So you're really blocking out the first two search engines. Somebody watches the video, you've now all done all the work. You tell them click the link in the description, which people do, and they go, and now the people that know all the marketing and the funnels and the conversions do all that good stuff, collect the money and pay you. It's the perfect system. In fact, it's such a good system. I wish I didn't have, I'm making a boatload of money and Groove takes all of my time. But when I see these things, I'm like, man, I really wish I had the time. Hey, Michelle, would you have literally saying, you want to just do this? There's just free money on the table, Michelle. Free money is like how I feel about this this product. I'll bounce out here. Paul, I'll let you close it out and give your final call to action. I just want to come on here, give everybody, after you've done the full Q&A here, a full endorsement, to this package here. $39.97 crossed out, 3 payments of $397. Look, if you got a business and you're doing well and you're jam-packed with everything you're doing, you don't have time for this, I understand. But if you're asking, hey, I see all this stuff happening, affiliate marketing is a great way. And then the biggest question people have is, where do I get the traffic? And YouTube, man, have they come a long way in 10 years. They've really figured out the game. It's the amount of, I see, as you just said, how many views. I look at I watch so much YouTube, and then I'm looking at people, and within an hour, their videos have 79,000 views. It's something that we are not able to do in digital marketing. We don't have that kind of reach. It takes us years to build up Instagram followers and build a list and all of those different things. And somebody can go out there and they can do, a review of a product, and, overnight they can get 15, 20,000 views if it's the right keyword. And sometimes you're tapping into something topical and something that's top of mind on the news cycle and things like that. I'm sure you talk about newsjacking and all those different things. So I know it's been a long webinar, so I'm gonna bounce back out of here. I think everybody is looking that way to the stuff, because you and I, Paul, we see it down there, but their view, we're on the side. So that's it, everybody. Yeah, just go to tripfunnels.com/Mike. Thank you for putting my name in there. tripfunnels.com/Mike. Get started today for $397, and then Paul gets you access to everything instantly, and then you start your journey with all the stuff that you see here. All right, Paul, thanks. You absolutely just came in and just destroyed it again. Everybody absolutely loved it. And the beautiful thing, what I really, really love about having you on, is at the end of the day, people are entertained. You're a good person. They love your story. And those that don't buy say, hey, at least I got my mind opened here. They leave here smarter than they came in. So thank you very much. And I'll let you wrap it up. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate that, man. Okay, guys. Yeah. So just to let you know that I think we've already sold out of the 997. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't realize we'd have such a response to this, because there's only 25 of those. So what I'm going to do is, everybody who gets in by midnight tonight, okay, so if you're on this call live, okay, we're probably not going to do it for the replay, because I never ever give away the magic affiliate funnels, right? Because that's a 997 for those 4 funnels. That's what you have to pay, or you can buy them individually, right? That's not a bonus I ever give away, but I wanted to give this to you guys. So if you pay 997 by midnight tonight Eastern time, right, or actually Pacific time, midnight tonight by Pacific time, okay, we'll obviously track that. Everybody's going to get the magic funnels, and then we'll close that out, okay? But all the other funnels you'll be able to get tonight or on the replay, okay? So 397 for free payments, or 997 to get to get the magic traffic tube secrets magic 4 magic funnels. These funnels are insane. These are like some of the most powerful funnels on the planet, because they generate traffic on autopilot. But I am going to, because of this replay is going to be too long, so we're going to respect everyone's time. If you've got any questions, please hit us up. And thank you so much, Mike, Joe, the team. Love you guys so much. And yeah, have an awesome evening, guys. And I can't wait. Those of you who are in, thank you so much. I can't wait to connect with you. Can't wait to get to know you. And yeah, can't wait to work with you. You'll love being a part of our community. So yeah, thanks ever so much, guys. I'm going to close this webinar now. We're going to end this. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.